exactly what happened, bro. Yes, they do know. They pay attention. Downwards, you guys might think.
You say, how do you know? Like, I'm right now. I'm checking. I'm ChatGPT.
What are you checking?
Just I'm showing you. I'm showing you. You read the prompt. So the prompt is: the more immigrants that illegally migrate to the USA when Democrats are in office than when Republicans are in office. Running, it's like it's not well structured grammatically, but
Okay, so while you're looking that up, we can.
I'm not looking at anything. Hey, why do you? Nathan, just please.
I don't let him up, bro. I didn't let him up. I don't know. Someone else let him up.
Stop. Can you right now ask people who is the person you like? Is it Weedor? Is it this Andrew guy? Can you like send someone talk to one of these people and say, don't fucking undo a month decision?
Hey, Timothy, I'm gonna go right now. Sorry to make your point, then I just want to hear. Go.
You know what I'm gonna do, Mike? Yeah. I think I want it to be continued, but to do that, I'm gonna say this. It seems like what I just said. It seems like you're right here. It says generally yes. In recent years, detected illegal border crossing attempts were much higher under the Biden administration than Trump's first term. But Democrats versus Republicans, it goes on to basically say like, pinch of salt. But preliminarily speaking, you're correct.
All right, cool. Then we'll bookmark it then, and we'll I'll get back in like an hour. Thanks, bro.
I ain't gonna lie though, Mike, my boy, but Mike kind of changed the conversation. The conversation wasn't about who, the immigrants that want to come to America. Most America is the most popular country in the world. They were saying that in comparison to some countries, America is bad. Like some of these bad countries, like Flint, Michigan, and they try to cover it up. Like that's terrible. You find that type of shit in third world countries. Great country.
I mean, the irony that Mike's making a point of all of the fucking BHI and SBA and ADOS people, where it's like, yeah, they're saying America's shit for us because we're.
I know, right? Americans is like, what you talking about? Well, that's my argument, right? Because I'm an immigrant. And I think that's the immigrants' argument that America is the greatest country. The people that live here, they got a different story.
Well, mad people want to come to the UK, right? And then mad people from the UK want to leave. So, I'm saying they are. Like, lots of people legally migrate to the UK as well. But think about all of the people here who, as soon as they get their money, they want to go. They've got expats. They want to go to Dubai. They want to go to your country, Nathan.
The greatest country in the world.
The majority of British billionaires live in, like white British billionaires want to go to the Caribbean. The Asian ones go back to India, So the reality is, no one actually really wants to be here. And I think it's also true of America, where like what people do, it's economically prosperous. That's what people want. They want a better life for themselves. They want better access to healthcare. They want better education. They don't want to actually like be in America, be around the people. American people are some of the worst in the world. The evidence for that is they're not.
That's a fact.
Like you want the infrastructure, you want all of that kind of stuff. And to be honest with you, most people, once they're wealthy enough, leave America and only come back like literally to send their kids here for education and then get them to come straight back, come here for like best consultants in the world when you have some kind of issue with your health. The extra reason people come home, maybe for events and stuff like that, maybe for a holiday, maybe to shop, because consumerism is right. But no one actually wants to be from America and be American. Trust me on that. Like I think and it's ironic because people like Trump and them, they sell the working class a dream about like this is why you should be a patriot because everybody values you. What we see now is hates America. On virtually every single social media post you find in equal measures. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of zealots out there, God bless America, whatever. In equal measures, people that hate America with a passion and want to see it destroyed. If those people come to your country, it's not because they really want to be American, because they want to extract resources the same way you do from their country.
We want to see America destroyed as America.
Nate.
That's why you're my brother.
Yo, Nate, the reason that you immigrants think this country is so amazing, and I figured it out, right? You know how you first meet a girl, right? She's so pretty. You're like, oh my God, she's so pretty. And then, maybe she gay a little bit. You're like, oh my God, she's so amazing to me. I want to marry her, right? And then you marry her, and first year, things are amazing. She giving it to you all the time. She cooking your favorite meals. Then after about 10 years, she done gained some weight. She don't go to the gym no more. She's spending all your money, and you're like, I don't want this no more, man. You need to change. You need to get back in the gym. Like, we've been in this marriage for a long time, Nate. She don't go to the gym no more. She just spent all she wasting all her money. She violent toward us, you know what I'm saying? Like that's why. That's why. You know what I'm saying? All the neighbors are looking like, ooh, that woman, she kinda cute, because they single. You know what I'm saying? That's why. That's all it is. That's all it is. Once y'all been here a couple generations, y'all gonna feel different.
That's just love. That's just love. All that is.
Yeah, I was going to say that. You just got to love through
But then again, there's also, I think Mike displayed it, right? There's a gross misunderstanding for why people want to come here. And I think Mike thinks people want to come here because it's the best country in the world. No, people want to come here because that's where the resources is. And I don't think he understands that, right? He doesn't understand why immigrants come here and they keep their head down and they just stack up money. Right? But the Black American always have this complaint that other Black people come here and they don't help them, right? When they do their protests, blah, 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 and all that great shit. Because these people come here for a different purpose. The same way the United States is in the Middle East and bombing everywhere. It's not because the U.S. love these people. It's because of resources. The U.S. is not out of love. And people don't understand the way that the United States also attract people to come here. The U.S. does a lot of nefarious stuff, right? That push people to come here. A lot of people don't come here at their own will. You know what I mean? And I think there's an ignorance in this country where people don't understand the kind of thing, and then they say wild shit. Oh my God, we're the best country in the world. That's why people want to come here.
You know,
let me start, please.
Sir.
No, people are here because you fucking burn their fucking crop, and then you put crickets and all kind of rodent in their field, which the U.S. and the CIA has been doing in Latin America. Like, and then people pump their chest like it's like this thing. It's like, no, bro, nobody wants to leave their home. And I have a feeling that people that think like that have never left the country, and they rarely talk to people that are not from this country on a serious level where you can be truthful. You know what I mean? But I don't know.
I don't think, brother. I think ultimately this just is the success of like cultural politics, where the way I ensnare you and get you on my side, in the case of somebody like Mike, is just be like, yo, dude, you got kids? Yeah, if you got any boys, they're trying to chemically castrate your boys, and they're trying to turn them trans, and they're putting like homosexual fucking hormones in the water, you know, and like don't go to Flint, Michigan, and it's like from there where you become so partisan on this like single issue that you start buying wholesale all of the bullshit, and you basically just take your side on the culture war. And someone like Mike, I think like is emotional in a good way, like I guess I just pros and its cons. It's just someone who basically almost at this point just committed to that side of the fight, where he's just like, yo, listen, I'm partisan on any issue that concerns like Trump, right versus left politics, like on any of these culture war issues. Basically, this is my side. I think like that's the efficacy, that's the power of it.
Yeah, but that's human nature.
No, it's not. That's not radical. It is right. Go ahead.
All right, thanks. No problem. That's human nature, and I thought about when this quality first appeared in the first man, for the first observer to note it and then to take advantage. And you could easily see how it would start early, first with your family, right? Especially if there were like a family clash between two people. And then, so you're like, okay, well, those ties are very strong. They're made with blood, so therefore, obviously, that's reasonable and rational. But then you can see that even when children are playing, and if it were a team sport and it was one team versus the next team, you can see how, oh shit, people get really emotionally involved in inconsequential fucking sport. oh shit, look at what that guy's willing to do for his teammate. And then it's observable in politics, even in the earliest form, where person that ran for politics, yeah, he might be a family member, he might be a neighbor, he might be from your clan, and you've got this passion for him, pause, that, you know, you're demonstrating. So we probably could take that to the earliest form societies with the earliest form of social hierarchy and government, and it's just been what happens is we can't counteract it without a strong fourth estate, without a strong opposition, where people are able to critically discuss these things without getting killed. You got to be the rule of law. Because otherwise, left to their own devices, two different clans, they would, especially if they either one is going to dominate the other and then make them subjugate them, or it'll be, we're going to fight to the last person. But most likely, the former rather than the latter. But it's a normal human behavior, but we keep losing the lessons because we're not well educated and we don't have the proper guardrails.
That makes a lot of sense.
It could be. Hello?
Oh, my bad.
Okay. Yeah, knows not to.
Can I make a point?
Doing good.
Oh, you're a white woman. Only men in this discussion.
Concrete, sir, may I speak, sir?
No, deny. What's deny?
Alessandro wanted to do.
I'm after
I'm after
Philly. Let me pile on.
Yeah, I'm off the creek.
I feel like I think radicalization is kind of what Matt had said right before you finished your remarks, Concrete. And I believe radicalization is as old, right, as structured, organized living. But I do think it's worth acknowledging that not every partisan divide becomes as extreme as this, right? Like, we have the same people that were complaining, like, society is controlled by billionaire pedophiles, and then they find out that, yeah, that's true. It's just you vote for and support them and you buy their Bibles. They're like, oh, wait, we don't really care about billionaire pedophiles anymore. You see what I'm saying? So I think, like, once you have abandoned reality itself, just to support like these beliefs that you claim you hold, I think that's a degree of radicalization that I kind of heard Matt alluding to, right? So I'm not saying you're wrong, Concrete. I'm saying like this is a specific sort of devotion that is worthy of the name radical, right?
Wait, what? Well, why do you think because he's like immovable in his position in the moment?
That's not why. So the reason you become a radical is when your society, when you feel like you don't have a voice in your society and you feel like you're not being heard. So you're very susceptible to ideology that kind of reinforces that notion, right? So you will see like people that are being oppressed to be radical because they feel like whoever's oppressing me is not listening to me, and that's why I adopt certain ideology, right? So if you look at the Trumpers, when you look at their gripe, they tell to you about the whole transgender thing, which is a big thing that radicalized a lot of people. They felt like the movement was forced up on them, and they had no say-so in whether or not they can tell somebody put on or whatever, right? Now, it was poorly done, I can give you that, but that was like a form of radicalization when people felt like I'm going to be on that side and I'm going to oppose everything that is quote-unquote left, even if it benefits me. And this is why you see like Republican-led states are always bad, and these people are so radicalized, they always vote against their own self-interest because they're so ideologue that they think if I dare vote to improve the life of somebody else, it will be a bad thing for me. I think that's the way people feel.
That's why we don't have national health care, Matt, because they were propagandized to believe that if you give blacks health care, and help, like it's going to help them live longer. And if you don't give them health care, they'll die out sooner. But I wanted to hit another thing that you said earlier, Matt, about conversation, and it made me think, right? Because people do think that everybody wants to just want to come here because you can come here and make money, and we have the resource, right? And when he said open borders, I'm thinking, yeah, a lot of people at the border would come here working and go back home. Because I've dated, one of my first was one a Dominican.
You're in the Matrix.
Her dad works here in I'm in the Matrix.
Oh, you were for me. I don't know if so maybe it was.
Am I the Matrix?
Oh, yeah.
You were, but not anymore. Yeah.
Okay, so Matt, you've been to Santo Domingo, right? You know the area over by the country club, how nice that neighborhood. That's where she lives. And when I told her would she ever move to the States, she's like, never. I don't like the States because she has a great life where she is. Her family does really well, and so and that really in my arrogant thinking, I was like, you don't want to come to the States, and I was really baffled by that. And it wasn't until years later I began to realize, dude, she lives a freaking great life. Why would she want to come to the States?
I still agree to you on a good point. It's obviously money, though, isn't it? That's the major.
Hold on, brother. There was a white woman that wanted to get in there.
I just wanted to
Yeah, she
quickly
wants to
say
have a
that the
full
reason
family,
that I think the reason people come to this country and stay for so long is because this is the place where you can make the most money. Period. And
yeah, that's a good point. But I was going to say, but ultimately, it's not really kind of rocket science. It's just kind of the money you put into the football analogy. The way I analogize the football thing is just the success of you become more entrenched. You get the adrenaline rush, the highs of being part of a team success or something. Even historically, even if it's your parents passing down memories and whatever else of successes your team had, and big, so you support them in a bid to bring them or to restore their film or something. It's that's how you move the needle now politically with money. Because it doesn't matter what the messaging is, it's can you get it to people? And it seems like if the narrative is simple, especially given that and this is for every population, I'm not just trying to take shots at America, but the vast majority of the populace are going to be of average or below average intelligence. So the messaging doesn't need that consistent. It doesn't all the accusations of Christian and all this kind of stuff. It's really just who gets to them first, who gets to them more consistently. Who can basically sustain this kind of inculcation. And that's what you'll find is ultimately what determines who wins and loses. And it's always the evil people who have the most money. So they're the people who, unfortunately, their agenda is the thing that's always advanced because they have the most money to get that message across to convince people that they're the best people, they're the best people who should be in charge or whatever.
What the hell? Everyone stop talking? Am I in the Matrix?
No. I'm sorry. It was like a little.
We are in the Matrix, but
Oh, we got a lot of people that want to come up.
No, you're not in the Matrix.
Oh, Dominic.
And we got chills.
Oh, don't act like you don't know Jill.
Yo, niggas diabolical, yo.
I feel like if they hungry, did you hear what I said?
The last word I heard was, what do you, I'm trying to, I understand the dynamics of radicalized people, radicalism.
My point is just that it seemed like you were saying, hey, here's this innate quality that all humans possess.
Yes.
It's like, yeah, but I was like, it's a trivial fact that, we all have some, latent ability, we all have some, latent bigotry or something that can be, amplified or something or unlocked, right? I'm saying, the way it's done, the reason, certain ideologies are more easier to promote or more successful really just comes from money. And I think what you'll find is there's just going to be a correlation between people who manage, either who preserve wealth or manage to acquire it, are people that, like, generally speaking, you know, by most people's standards are going to be like what we consider most kind of sinister. And I mean that, like, just take the kind of folk or colloquial idea of, like, who's evil, like the guy who cares less about human life and well-being and more about, like, you know, increasing his account balance. I think those people more often have that kind of, are in those positions of power. And what that money can do is promote these kinds of messages, is kind of like amplify these kinds of ideas verbally. And that's ultimately what you find. Like, and then it's easier, like, you know, racism is bad for myriad reasons, but one of them is it's also like a really self-destructive kind of ideology or perspective or paradigm, because look now, you would more happily support an Israel who at the very least just doesn't care about, you know, the well-being of the average American. And I would say it probably goes further than that. They actually have a contemptuous relationship with Americans, but that's one side of that. You would rather support an Israel because they look more like you than an Arab who basically serves as like the backbone of your economy at present, and are like these pits, colonial subjects and vassals that are like you can manipulate at your will. You hate those people more than the people who essentially mean for your own destruction just because of the color of their skin. You know? It's like, okay, so
you're saying there's a hierarchy of motivations? I'm lost. What are you trying to tell me?
I was just saying, in response to your thing, I'm saying it just seems like the bigotry point is trivial. Everyone's kind of bigoted on some level. But the way you make more people more bigoted is just with money.
No, it's about the human nature and the origin points. It wasn't about revealing a quality of human behavior. It was where does it come from, and who identified it, who uses it, and what can we do to prevent its effects from overtaking the community. That's the real problem. Not that people succumb to fucking the dollar or their own, pet fucking.
Oh, because I thought you were saying, like, because obviously I think me and you are both cool with Mike, so I think what you were kind of saying like, yo, everybody's like this kind of thing.
Yes.
And I was saying like, and I was saying like, to some extent, yeah, but I think the difference between, let's say, like a Mike, let's say, is they got to him early, and you might ask the question, so maybe I was preempting the next step, which is who and how, and it's like just, you know, bad people with money.
But it's always going to be bad people with money. So now we got to figure out how do we stop these type of destructive agendas.
It's hard to be manipulated the more educated you are. Like the more understanding. Like if you're someone.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I mentioned the Fourth Estate. For if you don't know, that's the media, journalism. They're supposed to be the ones who rail against the government and, you know, educate us on what's going on, such that we have nuanced views instead of these like really, you know, overly simplistic, superficial views. But,
yeah, just to be clear, I wasn't saying like, oh, this cuts against you or something. It was more just sort of like I was offering like a more fine-grained analysis of why people like Mike get sort of caught up to it. It's like it starts off as a single issue thing, and the messaging is just so consistent, so truth, but then bombarded with like, well, if you agree with this, you gotta agree with this because this is what the good.
Right,
you know,
right. That's why the pandemic did. Yeah, that's why the pandemic did. The pandemic was like a perfect conduit to radicalize a lot of people.
It was not radicalization. It's commitment.
No, okay. So radicalization, I think it's whenever you feel like you're marginalized and you understand where being rational and being objective no longer matter, that's radicalization. Right? And I know we've been conditioned to think of, oh my God, only the Muslim who blew himself up can be radicalized. When in reality, if you cannot understand why pronouns matter and why people do it, you're also being radicalized. Because there's a logical explanation on why it works. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the thing is, I wouldn't use the term radical with Mike, not because he's the homie, but because I don't think it's an appropriate label, because I think that it would remain within the domain of these conversations any of his like pro crew type of behaviors, right? I don't think he's going out to January 6th, punching people in the face, fucking going behind buildings and, you know, setting off Molotov cocktails and fucking, you know, IEDs.
Wait.
I think it would just be merely, and if he's not doing those things.
You're addressing
That's a terrorist concrete.
Hold on. And the reason why I use that imagery is because that's the behavior that we reserve the language radical for. It's not that I'm being overly, hyperbolic or irrational. Is that we can't say radical to a regular team member who just isn't going to back down in a conversation.
Wait. Hungry, can I just Matt quickly? Just a bit of a tangent, yeah. Like Matt, you're at work, you get a call from someone, and you believe this is true, right? So you believe they're speaking the truth, and the person's like, "Yo, I'm calling from the papacy," or I'm calling from the office of the Pope or something, and then like, basically like the Pope wants you to do something that's not directly, it's not directly clear to you that it's like in the interest of like black people or your family or Asian people. Like it might be some like, sordid like fucking Vatican type shit, but nevertheless it's a Pope that he asks you to do it. What do you do? Did I come through? Was I clear? Did I come through?
Yeah. Hold on a second. My daughter's having like a crisis. Jesus Christ.
Wait, Matt, let her have the Bugatti and the Ferrari. If Tim the what?
Really, I think it's more.
I agree. Don't deny.
I think it's more to do with K-pop tickets, and I don't know why he's not gonna splurge on them. But yeah, bro, get the K-pop tickets, bro.
All right.
Especially Matt got that. Matt got that buy the nice spot money, not buy the bar. He got that buy the nice.
Exactly. It should be first row Paris K-pop concert. Let's go.
All right. I came to say, stop talking about Mike. He's not here.
What happened with Mike?
We're not talking about Mike.
You missed.
Well, Concrete, you don't think that one is like just a radical and the other one is like a radicalized terrorist?
No. See, the thing is, unless you put skin in the game, you willing to risk it all, you're not a radical. You are merely a person in a conversation that isn't going to back down. And the reason why is because there's no consequence. And you can't make me. Now, if there was a way where you could make me, right? Because obviously there'll never be any consequences, maybe ostracizing, room booting, but whatever, right? Let's just say it was purely an intellectual endeavor, which I think it is with Mike. You have to bring the goods, and you can't bring the goods, then I'm not moving my position. And that's not a radical. That's just if you want to call it intransigent to try to give it a label.
I disagree, right? If I were to give Mike the resources and explain to him why people come to this country, that would not happen. Because he's already dead set on America's number one, America's the best. People come here because they want our shit. I don't think there's enough evidence, there's enough study, testimony that can prove him otherwise. And that would make him a radical about idea.
But in a certain context, he's right. And because that context exists, why would he move? I think you have to flesh out those reasons.
But that's the thing with logic. Give me a second. But that's the thing with logic, right? You can logic your way out of anything. But if we give you evidence, logic dies. You can't, just because you have a logical answer for something doesn't mean it outweighs the truth or it outweighs the evidence.
Yeah, but we're just talking.
What is
some more? Cough some more.
Wait, Matt. Melody had a question for you. He said if the Pope culture, right?
I mean, family, don't do it.
He said if the Pope gave you a call, right, and he asked you for like some type of personal favor that's nothing to do with religion or anything like that, would you do it just because he's the Pope?
No, I wouldn't even do it even if he had something to do with the religion. I'm not a zealot. You know what I mean? I can believe in the faith.
Wait, if he told you to move a box from here, if the Pope called you and say, yo, Matt, I'm moving to a condo downtown New York, help me to move, you'll say no?
But that's something different. You can't.
That was a possibility. It is hypothetical. Bro, Matt got defensive, bro. Matt smelled the trap, bro. He smelled the trap and he was like, hell no, I'm not going down there.
The thing is, it's like, listen, I wouldn't help a homeless person move a fucking box. I live in New York.
That's him again. He must have misunderstood.
It depends on the request. You see, when you say the word Pope, you imply a certain religious authority.
Exactly.
Because it is from the Pope, you have to do it if you honor him. And I'm saying I don't have to do that because I can think for myself and I don't have to follow blindly.
Okay. I wish it's recorded.
Bro, not one person on stage is gonna be like, no, Pope. Not one.
I said no, exactly.
No, you might go to hell.
I say no. I say
you're gonna, bro. You won't
actually in the
concrete. There might be a chance where he's actually the God guy.
No.
Again, you see what you guys are doing. You guys are doing that. You guys, and this is why I love listening to you guys do the logic thing. But a lot of the time, it's very frustrating because you guys will dismiss anything else. You know what I mean? Just because logically it might make sense. And you guys
what is evidence, man?
Did you hear what Concrete said? He said it's impossible. He said it's impossible that the Pope
Concrete know not to use the word impossible in this room. Fucking, you went crazy one time. I literally changed my language because of Concrete.
What is evidence, Matt?
What you talking about?
Evidence is a collection of data, that creates the proof.
What proof? Because there's a lot of evidence.
Proof
For example, hold on 1 second. If a police officer plants drugs on you and submits it as evidence, and in court they say, here, I have the proof, but it's not your drugs, and you didn't have it until the officer planted it on you, is that evidence?
Yeah, but
what if I say I was framed, right?
Yeah, it is evidence. But you can
get the fuck out of here.
No.
Right. So sometimes evidence isn't logical. Right? It's just there.
Well, hold on.
Proof.
No, but that's not.
Okay.
Evidence can be qualified, right? There's good evidence, there's bad evidence, there's fabricated evidence, there's manufactured evidence. So you can qualify. Well, if somebody, let's say he planted the drug on you, right? But there was a camera that was there that he didn't see, and you find that camera.
Let's say there was no camera.
Now, hold on. I'm going to show you how. Now, your difference will be because you have another evidence showing that he planted it on you. Now, his evidence became a fabricated evidence.
Let's say
you see how we qualifying the evidence. Evidence is what it is. It's just a noun that says it is something that proves something happened. Okay, great.
Right, but let's say that the evidence does not, the evidence proving that didn't actually, there are no cameras to show that he, let's say it's 1995. There's no CCTV everywhere, right? There's no evidence to show that nothing, right? The evidence that's in place is just a fact, even though it's not. So that's what I'm saying. You're saying, oh, people dismiss evidence. Yeah, I'm allowed to dismiss some shit that just doesn't seem right. Evidence doesn't mean any motherfucking thing unless it's concrete. That's all I'm saying. I'm just trying to see how
that's actually right. Like
when they instruct juries, they literally instruct them that they can take a witness's information for as much truth or as little as they want.
Right.
That doesn't mean Jazzy's right. That's the opposite of what Jazzy's saying.
Yeah, so what happened earlier with Mike?
No, nothing. It's just a conversation, bro.
You got the answer. You got the answer to that question.
Oh yeah, I didn't say no. I'm not gonna do something just because of Pope.
Yeah, I'm a beast, bro. Concrete. That's it done for me. We're 1-1.
Wait, is Matt a general Catholic?
Okay, I am a Catholic.
Is he the general? The general case of a Catholic?
My guy, I was humble when you beat me with the pause.
No, but you can't say. Wait, what was my argument? Steel man my argument says obviously.
We're not doing this.
We're not gonna steal man my argument. Oh shit. Okay, all right.
Yo, hey, you tried, boy.
Just steal man my argument, bro.
Yeah, you said, you used Matt as an example of someone like, even somebody like him would be influenced. And then this is the example about the Pope calling him. That was your example. And I said in response to you, I was like, no, Matt seems like pro-black, family first, hate.
Wait. So Matt, all right.
Defends oppressed people first.
Okay.
I didn't even know this nigga. I think you know him better.
So Timothy, you think that if the Pope called Matt and said, "Hey Matt, I need you to," if Matt, let's say, remember, it was in the context of being a Catholic in a powerful institution in the world, and the Pope calls Matt and says, "Hey Matt, I see you're on the bond desk over at this investment bank, and I need you to tell me who is your superior and who are your subordinates." You think Matt's gonna say, "Man, fuck you, get off my line"?
No, but it's think how I phrase the question. No. Look. And I said this to you in a day. I said, look, if the reason for the call is apparent to Matt, but Matt understands like there's a good thing that the Pope's asking me to do. Of course he's gonna do it. But then is he doing it for the Pope? Or is he doing it? But what I said,
so why'd you take his answer to be clarification? Why would you take his answer to confirm what you're saying?
Stop, brother. I'm gonna explain it. Like it's seldom am I ever gonna be the person in these like.
Bro, just go.
Don't interrupt me.
Well, don't interrupt me.
The way. Alright, I might do it. So I apologize.
All right. Thank you.
Remember, but listen, it's not intentional. You know what I'm saying? Is
I don't believe that.
The best thing to ice. Okay, I still got love for you afterwards. That's all. But the point, the reason you isolate the motivations for the call, so like behind the Pope and that, is to find out is if the fact that it's the Pope is going to motivate Matt to do it. So what I asked was, it's not clear for you that this is in any way a benefit for like you, humanity, anyone. It's just like something that it might just service the interests of the Vatican. Then I asked, like, would you do it? And he said no. And that's a better example.
Why would you think that? Listen, so we asked look. So we asked him again. Hold on. So interest of the Vatican could be anything, right? Including getting organizational information at a bank, right? Or some institution, right? You think Matt's not gonna do it? He's not gonna tell who he's reporting to.
I just asked him.
No, you asked the question
because obviously it's so trivial. It's so trivial and so inconsequential that the only reason why he's saying no because he's sniffing out a possible trap.
No, I think when you said Pope, that has a very significant authoritative manner to it, right? Because you would never ask me that question. If a homeless guy called the bank, because you already know what I'm going to say, right? So you put an authority in to see exactly, to test it, right? But then again, the question you ask is actually a very general question about information that is not one detrimental to me, detrimental to the company. Knowing who my supervisor is and my underling doesn't do anything. Now, saying...
But would you answer the question?
Hold on. In saying the question... It depends on the question, right? You don't think
there you go. Thank you, Timothy. There we go. Which is a different answer. Than no. Thank you, Timothy. Have a nice.
This is crazy. Like concrete, that was terrible.
What do you mean? Listen, if you would have answered,
that's not radical. No. Now, if I were to say no, I'm being dishonest. Because now I'm dividing people. The question is the question. If someone called and asked you, who's your boss? You will answer that question because it's not a detrimental thing. But that's not what radicalization is. Radicalization is when you start taking things to the extreme, right? It's when you start doing it without questioning. Like the way we were introduced to radicalization was Islam ridiculous. We were introduced to.
Oh no, Matt. I got it. Let me explain.
The people that blow themselves up to go meet 72 first.
No, you missed it, Matt. No. Here's what happened. And I'm gonna explain.
Hey, conversation, bro.
Here's what happened. I'm gonna explain to him so he understands. Because we already had a conversation that was going on. Matt interpreted that question through the lens of the conversation, which was, did Timothy win? Oh, he took his L and left. Goddamn. I'm done.
He took no L.
It wasn't about radical. Man, that was a prior conversation about who runs the world, the Catholic Church or the Jews. And so that question was to confirm that conversation. It had nothing to do with radicalization, which is how you interpreted it.
Obviously, the Catholic Church does not run the world.
Hello?
I think that's.
Thank you, Jazzy.
Just because, hold on. For the Catholic Church to run the world, every single head of state that are Catholic will have to bow down to the church, to the Pope. They don't.
They do.
No, they don't.
There's this dark history with the Vatican and the Italian mob when they were going broke that they don't ever bring up, like how they get out of the debt.
I can admit that at one point. Sorry.
You good. And it's just like, I get it, but even me, I criticize Christianity, I criticize Protestants, because if I didn't, then I feel like I would be radical. There is this radicalization with people that are tied to religion where the religion can do no wrong. Even if you bring up the wrong, it's like, well, no, we don't run the world. It's just the Jews do it, Muslims do it, Christians do it, and I think the biggest of them all is Catholics. Like, I'm not saying you do it, but you're kind of doing it right now.
I don't think I'm kind of doing it right now. What I'm doing is I'm pushing back on the ideology, right? Because I think when we say run the world, we have to look at the power dynamic and who controls who can make who do certain things. I don't think the Pope can say right now to all the Catholic countries, like for instance, most of them are in the EU, South America, that, okay guys, I want everybody to stop fighting. You think they're gonna listen? You think they're not? They're gonna do what they're gonna do for their own
country. Well, when have they ever said that?
Hold on. I'm glad you asked. The crusade was started by Pius I when he literally said, I need your nigga to go fight, and they all men up and went and fought. That's when the Catholic Church run the world.
No.
Now it's not the same.
I'm asking, when have they ever ordered these countries to stop fighting? And I don't mean to cut you off.
No, they've ordered them to fight, and I just gave you the crusade. The crusade.
No, ordered them to stop fighting. Because you said they told everyone to stop fighting, no one would listen.
The Pope did stop Portugal and Spain from fighting and live in peace. They've been living in peace for like 800 years.
Matt, come on,
to the point where they even split the world and give you like, bro, this is your cut, this is your cut. That was the Catholic Church who did that. That's when the Catholic Church run the world.
So the Catholic Church was able to divide land that was already owned by someone else?
You're not paying attention when I said...
No, Matt, you're being dishonest, Matt. Listen,
oh my God.
Let's go back 1 second. You said if the Pope or the Catholic Church told these countries to stop fighting, would they? No one would listen to them. So my question was, when have they ever told them to stop fighting? And you said, I'm glad you asked. And then you brought up a time where they told them to go fight. I'm asking for a time that the Catholic Church called for peace in a nation that is in uproar. I've never seen it in my 35 years of living.
Well, that's because
especially because they have power.
There was a time when the Catholic Church, hold on a second. There was a time when the Catholic Church could snap their fingers and people just fall in line. And then that power started waning where people were like, I'm not going to listen to this motherfucker anymore. And then they stopped listening.
And you know what happened?
We can pinpoint when that happened. We can pinpoint when
look at Haiti.
They stopped doing it. With that being said,
when Haiti stopped doing it, what happened?
Hold on. I'm not going to deny that the Catholic Church at one point did rule the world. And then that influence was waning to the point where now they don't rule the world anymore.
Listen, the influence, hold on, the influence was...
This is crazy.
The influence was... 1 second, the influence was diverted to make it look like, hey, it's no longer the Catholic Church, and I'll tell you when it started in 1776. They attacked America. That's what was Independence Day. America said, we're done. We're moving over here to get from under this crazy ass motherfucking crown and the Pope. And you know what the Pope said? The Pope said, go attack the motherfuckers.
No, the British were not Catholic.
You niggas, hold on. All the Catholic Church does is call for war. They never call for peace. And now they're doing it under the Jews. They're acting like Jews. They're acting like Muslims. All of this is being done under the Abrahamic faith. Listen, I don't want that umbrella, the fucking Catholic Church.
I'm glad you said this. I think Henry VIII is one who deserted first because he was like, Pope, can you grant me this divorce? The Pope said no, and he's like, I'm gonna start my own shit. And then niggas was like, I don't have to give for this motherfucker no more. If England can do it, I can do it too. Then people started diverting away from the church.
Yeah, Matt. I think when I was having this conversation, I kind of threw out there Christians control the world because people are saying Jews control the world. And it's like, bro, all the leaders of Western countries pray to Jesus, right? Now, like, if all the leaders of Western countries were Jews, if all of them were Jews, you know.
Well, what's wrong with following Jesus Christ?
Hold on.
He's the only one that committed blasphemy against.
Shut up, Neo. Like, I'm just saying, like, I'm just keeping it real in a sense of, like, if the shoe was on the other foot and all the leaders of the West were Jews, all the anti-Semites in here, they wouldn't need them to have secret meetings every month to confirm that they control the world, right?
You talk about the Christian leaders that go to Israel.
Nobody has secret meetings.
Where's the yarmulke?
You call that Christian?
Yeah. Like,
we don't even know what he's saying yet.
Right, so I guess I'm pointing it out, right? So, like, I would say, no, the Catholics don't control the world. I would say Christians do, right? Now, I'm not saying that all Christians are like...
Catholics are Christians.
I mean, some people distinguish between the two. I would lump them all together. And what I would say,
yeah, if you're Catholic, you believe in Christian faith, yeah.
Hold on, bro. Hold on, chill.
Yo, bro, no man going to tell me what to do, bro.
Here's all I'm saying, right? The reason why I brought that up is because I think it's a way more reasonable and justified claim than saying Jews control the world. How, bro? Like, show me this. Okay, I hear you saying that, but that's why I'm saying, show me the countries.
The banks, brother, the central banks.
The
central banks.
The central, they said a lot.
Man, I'm so sorry that nobody told me that. The central banks, bro.
Hold on, man, hold on. Like, I know everybody wants to answer and get their anti-Semitism.
No, it's just the central banks. We don't hate them. I don't hate them. Somebody's got to control shit.
Okay, so look, if you're saying, why does it have to be someone? Just show me in any type of entity that you say we should hold accountable.
But you know what I'm saying? You should have. It doesn't have to be one person. The Chinese.
How about Chase Bank?
Like,
the central banks, bro, in all the countries.
They allow them to sexual and human traffic people through the church.
Look at all the people.
Like, do you know about that?
Who buy into them. You're never gonna find really intelligent people who are like, oh yes, the nexus of power is one group. Like, obviously stupid.
Yeah, exactly. But you know.
No one said the nexus of power. We're saying they're powerful and they run the world. No one said there's no other groups of people that run the world. This is just one of them that we're talking about because they're always being diminished to some little Christian crusaders. No, that's not what they are. A lot of them are evil. They're the spearhead of molesting children, right? And then all of a sudden, no one ever gets in trouble. All they have to do is step down from their papacy or whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? You don't have to be intelligent to talk about this, Timothy. This is not an intelligent conversation.
Well, it is.
I agree.
Hold on 1 second. It's one where you use your fucking eyes, you read, you see what's going on, right? You don't got to be that fucking smart to read a news article.
Wait, hold on. 1 second, I call first, brother. I call first, Joe. Call church, you can
relax.
You can go after me, Chubb.
The ones who got caught with children got fucking arrested. They got justice. They got arrested.
Are we doing
go after me?
Sure, we have to do it too, or you got some?
We have to.
And they don't represent the whole religion.
Gosh, bro.
Can y'all control yourself, or should we do it too?
Don't say y'all, bro. Just tell me,
Bro, who wants to talk?
Concrete
Thank you, brother.
3 minutes.
So Jazzy, I want you to please. You're doing excellent. You're making great points. You got Matt on the ropes. You bloodied one of his left eye is swelling up right now. He can barely see. You got Timothy as well. You got him with a body blow, which is why he responded to Alessandro, who you were also going to get with basically a coaching tactic. And it also serves as a shaming tactic, as a coaching shaming tactic, where he says only dummies talk about this like that. And so what you got to do is you can't take the bait, Jazzy. All right? Please don't let them trigger you. Don't let them press your flesh buttons and stay on the topic, because we got these things. We got them.
What?
What's so crazy? We got them. 1 second. What's so crazy is that...
Are you guys like playing a game in your head or something?
Yo, Red On, can you just shoot him, bro? We're having a good conversation. Yeah. So, Timothy left. Ah, fuck. Good, he left. Yeah, Alessandro's still here. All right, so we got Alessandro, we got Matt. Wait, no, did Matt leave? Oh, shit, Matt left too. There you go, Jazzy.
That means we really got him.
And I'm going to tell you this last point.
For Concrete.
Bro, something's wrong with you, bro. Something's really wrong with you, bro.
No, the way that you
Hey,
feel about life is
you know why? You know why? I'm gonna let you go after him, but stop interrupting.
Alright, bet.
Alright.
Fucking weirdo. And he just said,
Shut your
man's gonna
please,
tell
Red
you.
Rum.
Hey, you know why? Stop. It's his turn.
Just move him,
It's
bro.
his turn.
What's
He's
so
not
hard about
making
moving people?
moves. You're gonna go next.
This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life, bro. It can't be this. This is
Yeah, one more time, more interruptions getting moved.
Why?
Go ahead.
All right, where were we? Oh, Alessandro used the argument about people of a particular group, different positions in the world, and he says it is good evidence for the Catholics, but it's not good evidence for the Jews. And so all we have to do is ask him, what, sir, is the symmetry breaker? And the most that I think he'll ever do is appeal to, well, central bankers aren't presidents of states, right? So that just means like a trivial distinction, because what we're talking about is where power is located and the people that are located in the power positions. And obviously, if we were to say a central banker, if you understood the flow of money, how you can increase it and decrease it, how you can move interest rates, that is very powerful, right? Even more so, some might say, than the head of a state. In fact, your boy Rothschild said, I don't care who makes the laws, as long as I can control the gold, or something to that effect, right? Because the money, 1 second, brother. Because we all know that people fall to money. Think of it.
Great point. And I want to say this before Menowai goes. Also, you're right.
I'm trying to say something.
Look at.
I'm happy that somebody put me in the queue.
Look at the dude Jerome. Is his name Jerome Powell?
Yes.
I don't know his name.
Yes.
Okay, right. This was one of the most powerful niggas in the world. He sets the rates on your mortgages when you're buying a new house, right? There's a lot of shit. I agree with you, Concrete. You just made a great point. They're not heads of states. I know heads of states, they can't even make no decisions. Donald Trump sure can't. Everything he makes up, Congress goes and challenges it in the Supreme fucking Court. Right? Jerome Powell got more power than Donald Trump, the head of the country. So y'all gotta stop the bullshit. It's just bullshit, bro.
Wait, Powell, okay, you know, obviously checks and balances. Checks and balances. Checks and yo, bro, you guys could kiss me where the fuck I go and I fucking. I'm gonna sit on my porcelain throne and y'all could kiss the dick. All right, yo, check this out, yo. At the end of the day, we got checks and balances. Okay, so that's what's supposed to happen, right? Trump,
He just popped his tongue.
shut the fuck up, fucking faggot. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Did what? Did what? Did what? Did what? Did what? Yo, y'all niggas are weird, bro. Y'all niggas are weirdos, nigga.
I'm calling next.
Weird ass little nigga. Y'all some weird. Me know why it's gonna go, and then Alessandro.
So everybody shut the fuck up, alright? You fucking faggots. Alright, anyways, yeah, man, they run the banks, the central banking. Like, what else do you want to fucking know? Funds wars, like, what else do you want to know? Are they bad? Hey, they're just in power. Somebody's got to be in power. It ain't gonna be your bitch ass. You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, you could be mad. You could do whatever you want. You're not changing shit. You're a peasant. That's it. That's all. Thank you.
That's what you wanted to say?
Yeah, you guys are peasants. You're a peasant. I'm a peasant.
We already know that.
You are a peasant.
That's why we on the app.
You do not exist in their world. You do not live in their world.
Well, I'm driving the car right
You are
now.
going.
So something's going on.
Goy swap. Goy swap.
Here's the thing, man. A lot of things being said. I think the problem with the whole thing, because there's a few arguments being made. Some people are saying Catholics run the world. That's why Jesse brought up the last gentleman. What was his name? Jerome Powell. He happens to be Catholic. That's true. And then you got other people trying to make claims like Jewish people run the world because of like central banking. And so like when you look into it, and there's no stats on this, but from the data that I could find, the majority of people who work in the banking and finance industry, and even if you're talking about central banking in particular, they're not Jewish, right? So like, and I've been around people who spread anti-Semitic theories about like the music industry. They're like, these people control the music industry. It's like, okay, let's look up what percent of like higher ups in the music industry.
What's the symmetry breaker, brother?
It's like, yeah, so the symmetry breaker for me is going to be most versus not a lot, right? So if we're saying, so for instance, I'm saying for Christians, I see sufficient influence and power among heads of state, right? And then you're saying, well, isn't this symmetrical? Isn't what we see with like banking symmetrical? And I'm saying no. I'm saying I don't see, because I'm telling you, like, if most presidents, most prime ministers are Christian, then if most central bankers and like if most economists or whatever, right, are Jewish, then maybe we could begin to have that conversation. But that's not the case.
You're talking
Most
about
bankers.
You never heard about the Rothschilds, have you? It's symmetrical
Wait, one second.
equality.
Can I ask why we're talking about Jews, Concrete? Like, when did we get on Jews?
I don't remember.
I thought we were talking about.
We was talking about, and then we kind of ended up pivoting to some other shit. We were starting off talking about radicalization, but you know, I mean, at this point, it's just kind of like religion in general. But yeah, man, I feel like it doesn't really make sense. I think you can see what I'm saying, right? Most presidents of Western countries are Christians, so it makes more sense to say Christians control the world. If you could come back with
I'm okay with that. I'm cool with it. I knew he was going to do it.
You didn't hear me, right?
I'm cool with that.
You talking about the ones that go and touch the wall and wear the yarmulke? Are you calling them Christian?
If you got evidence that they're not
Evidence everywhere. Look it up.
No, but I'm saying, like, if you're saying that I'm counting people who are not really Christians, just show me that evidence. Like,
No, what I'm
if you
saying
think Donald Trump,
if they go to that
Show
wall,
us evidence for what you're
if they
saying.
go to that wall and touch it and wear the yarmulke, then how could you say they're Christian?
hey man, look, bro, if you're saying most of them are secretly Jewish, that's fine. Just show me, right? And I think, like, all I'm saying is, like, for the Jewish thing, for the people making the Jewish claims about Jewish people controlling the world, I'm like, bro, show me the countries and show me where they control most of the power in like any particular area, and they don't, bro. Like they don't.
Okay, so can you show us like proof of that, or?
Yeah, like so we
But wait, hold on, real quick, Alessandra. Do you know what a fulcrum is, right?
Are you saying that they're analogous to a fulcrum? Their effect?
Yeah, exactly. So banking that's the whole point of central banking. A small number of people have a lot of sway on your material conditions. Yeah, you probably can't even see them because they don't want to be seen. That's it. They did their job. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I think that would just be too much.
I feel like you become. I feel like you've become like so jaded for having these comments. You know, T-Jumpers.
Yeah, I think it's in a second.
Yeah, so T-Jump's like a massive retard. He's like an atheist or whatever. And because, like, this isn't part just because he is a fucking moron, but, like, basically his response to constantly being peppered with these arguments of, like, atheists have no morality, objective morality, blah, 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 is to construct his own just asinine moral theory, where basically he thinks he's, like, a moral realist of, like, the most bizarre stripe. And that's in part, he's motivated by the low-level discussions that he's involved in, and what he's done is like he's tried to like happen an approach for dealing with retards, but unfortunately it's just like backfired on him and made him look like a massive moron. So he's got too much ego and pride, he won't let it go, and he defends it like it's a legitimate theory, gets routinely embarrassed by philosophers and the like. I say that to say, sometimes when you're having discussions with these people and you try to like broaden their perspective on it by going like, look, here's another candidate for the nefarious puppet master who like is behind the shadows. Like what you end up doing is falling into the trap of actually just thinking like how stupid people think. This is the name that you in any way concrete trusting. So it's like you end up just engaging. It's like what you should do is expand your mind past the stories. Like, why are we looking for a candidate for like who's responsible for all the ills in the world? How about it's like there's lots of different competing interests, and there isn't just like one group like who just for the majority.
This is a lot of defense.
We shouldn't be focused on. I'm bending anyone. I'm just
saying a lot of defense. It's almost like we have to stop. It's almost like we're driving to a destination. We don't know where. You know, we could take a left or a right at the next light.
Don't leave. I'm about to do my feet.
Timothy is saying, "Stop the car! Stop! Luca, get out! Jump out! Keep going! Jump out!" And I'm like, "Yo, what? It's just a leisurely drive down the road. Why is it so important?" Why is it so important that he jumps out of a moving vehicle at going 90 miles an hour? What's going on?
Your analogies are, wallahi, they're perfect. You should be a director.
Listen, brother. Wonder how you. I appreciate it. Address the point, please, and thank you.
I think like all I'll say is like, so in these conversations, some like obviously I don't think like Christians control the world, not Jews. Like I'm not saying like there's some other secret Christian, but I'm saying it's almost like I'm trying to say like, well, how can you use this flimsy scaffolding to prop up a Jewish conspiracy against the Jewish people when there's like way more evidence for other I mean, I'm not saying that like I'm not saying Christians control the world, but I'm just saying like, how the fuck did you step over Christians and land on Jews?
That's the thing. I know. Trust me, I know. I can see the sort of like banana peel in front of you, and I'm just telling you, don't step on it. Like concrete's right.
No, I'm not telling you to get out of the car. I'm saying stay along for the ride.
No. What the hell? You're right. No, I'm saying you're right about what I'm telling them. Like I'm saying, like this ain't for you, Trey. You ain't like these boys. You ain't got the heart for it, Trey. Get out the country. Let's do homework.
Wait, hold on, real quick. I'm gonna respond, please. Excuse me, 1 second. If we were to cross-reference all the shell corporations that are used by Mossad, and we were to cross-reference them to all of Himothy's, like we were doing full forensic accounting of all of his, debits and credits and movings of funds. I'm 1,000% sure that we see an overlap.
You would look at the owners
between those offshore shell companies and some moving of funds.
Of course we would. Oh no! No.
So you wouldn't look at the owners of Clubhouse first.
The most efficient.
Look at the owners of Clubhouse first.
Nathan, man, what the fuck, man? Nathan, the worst gardener in the world. Man, I pay him to get rid of my weeds every fucking day. Them shit, I'll be finding another one of them. I agree with you. There are some like objective claims you can make about like who's incumbent, current, not even close to your level, who's incumbent like right now, like who's on the throne right now. I think you can say stuff like that. Like I think you can say right now that the people who are in charge are the world's most.
Why is he crying like a little bitch?
The most intimidating and formidable war machine, right? The people who are responsible for controlling that right now Israel. I think that's second in June. The people who control the fate of American public is Israel. I think you can't say stuff like that. But whether or not the people who are like ultimately responsible for controlling the fate of the world or something, I don't think that is all down to Israel. I think the reason you're seeing such an aggressive strategy in the Middle East now is because they've got really short window of opportunity, namely Trump's presidency, and they want to get as much as they can done. So the question you have to ask yourself is: so inside and outside of Trump's term, what is that? Who controls the world then? If you see it's all hands on deck right now, go, they're trying to expedite everything. You have to ask yourself, well, then what was going on before and what's going to go on after? If they're seeing like this is our window of opportunity, and that should tell you what you need to know. But clearly, it's just not one group controlling it; it's competing interests, and they all have their time in the sun.
No, you're mistaken. So there's the natural ebbs and flows of society where the people are allowed to, do as they will, while, the parents keep a close eye until the most fortuitous moments or the most perilous moments where then they will step in and, assume the role as the, proper leader of the world. That's good leadership. You don't micromanage the world, right? Especially with there's so many like inconsequential parts, and you just hyper focus on the main areas. There's only if you look at the G20, that's really all you need. I don't think you need the entire G20. You just need America, right? You can get Germany there.
I mean, all these different organizations
the Eurozone, and boom, you're done.
You can say, what about the UN Security Council? Or you can say all the nuclear powers, or you can say the Five Eyes, or you can say there's different ways of carving up the space. This the thing is, even amongst these coalitions and conglomerates and whatever else, they're
So
still
like
they're
only
competing
two
interests.
ladies talking about that.
Of course they are.
Humans by nature are disharmonious. So even when you think you found the one group name, so you might say Jewish people, look at the Knesset. They fight like cats and dogs. They fight like cats and dogs in the Knesset. So even just the idea of Israel, even that isn't a unified, monolithic kind of idea or perspective. Granted, it just is inherently evil, and then everyone who subscribes to the project was a fucking evil person. But that aside, there are different kinds of evil, right? Like varying levels of
That's why I evolved my theory to the more
nigga, you went to the
better governed. Exactly. I moved to the bigger, better organized group. Yeah.
Yo, how is somebody from the UK calling you that though? To your face, and you just
Timothy, you know what's so crazy, bro? It's like I don't even understand it, but there's got to be a certain level of innate desire for degeneracy that makes this type of component persist in our existence. We're just really bad entertainment, and it's necessary in order to reach peak entertainment. And you must have, chill.
No, I think it's just.
Oh my God! I was just about to say I'm going next.
How he can talk to you like that?
Hey, let's give Sheila a minute, guys. I think Jessica, they're having a really good conversation, and I'm giving feedback.
But you're trying to leave.
I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, okay, good.
No.
Okay, I'll be quick. I'll try to be quick. Go ahead and finish up, and I'll go next.
No. Go ahead.
Shut up, chill, you fucking.
That nigga's never gonna be finished.
I can tell. Okay, so it's Feedback Friday, y'all. I don't know. I went to sleep a little bit early. I don't know if anybody else gave feedback. But I was supposed to give this feedback last week. So everybody's here that I want to be able to hear it. Hopefully Nate is by his phone. If not, y'all can tell him later. I'll repeat it later. So in Chillism, right? This space curated by two gentlemen, Nate and Knowledge, right? They don't really like female moderators in here. And over the years, there have been very few, what I will call like first round draft pick female moderators chosen by either Nathan or Knowledge. We have Tally, right? When I came in this space, I came in here before Tally. I like to say that Tally followed me in here from Conservative Clubhouse, along with people like Monica, who's another first-round draft pick of Nate's, right? We have another first-round draft pick of Guava, who was Knowledge's first-round draft pick, right? So, like, you know, I went an undrafted free agent for many seasons. For many fucking seasons, right? So we have Tally, who I would compare to, like, a Dan Marino, who's considered one of the best in the game, but can never win the big game. Could never win the fucking Super Bowl. You know, Dan Marino is considered, like, one of the greatest ever, but he could never fucking win the Super Bowl. That's Tally. That's Tally for you, right? Then we have Monica. I don't have like Monica. She's just not good. Like she's a free agent you paid a lot of money for. You gave up everything for them. They fucking sucked. They fucking sucked. That's Monica, right? Then we have Guava, Knowledge's first round draft pick.
Monica.
Now Simmons. What?
Don't interrupt.
Oh, I don't know who else. I'm tripping. I heard it wrong. Russ Simmons ain't in the info. Anyway, damn, don't throw me off. Then we have Carolyn, aka Guava, Knowledge's first round draft pick. Now remember, y'all, I'm going undrafted every season. These is the first round draft picks, right? I'm going undrafted every season, right? I'm just a free agent out here at the combine. I'm catching every fucking pass, and they like, nah, bitch, fuck you. Come back next year. Maybe we'll pick you first round. Maybe we'll pick you in the draft next year, right? Keep coming back. Anyway, so let's get to Guava. Guava, I would say, is like an Andrew Luck, right? The Colts' first round draft pick. This is the future of the Colts. We're going to get rid of Peyton Manning. And we're going to fucking throw everything into Andrew fucking Luck. He wasn't worth a goddamn. And y'all can tell her I know this about to start some more shit. It's okay. It's all for the feedback. I'm going to do it for the feedback.
She
then you have me.
You know your sports.
Chill, I had to work on this for a long time. This has been in the making for like I missed like 2 feedback Fridays doing this. Because I had to get my analogies and my metaphors right. And I still fucked up because I didn't have one for Monica, and I forgot. I should have one for Monica.
I got you.
I fucked up.
Monica is Ben Simmons.
Okay.
Chill. Let us have the money.
Okay, so like I said, Monica's Andrew Luck. You gave up Peyton Manning. What did Peyton Manning do? He went to the Denver Broncos and won a Super Bowl. And Andrew Luck ain't do shit, right? That's Guava. Then you have me, undrafted, so many seasons. I'm like Tom Brady. Right? I even live in the Bay Area. Tom Brady's from the Bay Area. He grew up a 49ers fan. Do you know the 49ers passed up on Tom Brady? Do you know Tom Brady wasn't drafted until the 6th round? He was the 199th pick. And that nigga is considered the GOAT, right?
I'm from Boston.
That's crazy. Okay, so the 6th round, the 199th pick of the 2000 draft, right? Who would think the GOAT would go undrafted for 6 fucking rounds and be picked 199 and be passed up by the team that he grew up loving so much, the 49ers, right? Finally gets drafted by the Patriots. So, you know, I would just like to say that I finally was drafted. I was Nate's first round draft pick after being an undrafted free agent for so many fucking seasons. But I would like to say that I'm motherfucking Tom Brady in this bitch, and I'm the GOAT of the motherfucking female mods. Not considering Lady, obviously. She was left out of this for a reason. Thank you. That is my feedback Friday.
That's not feedback, She Wolf. That was congratulations on yourself.
Hey, why you couldn't just let it rock out? Concrete.
I don't know.
Sorry. Good feedback, She Wolf.
Thank you.
I hope the room improves.
Look, I've been improved. That's why I'm Tom Brady. You haven't seen what's going on?
So why did you got scared of Guava? Is she here?
Nigga, ain't no. You know what? Go back to your conversation, please. I didn't want to kill the conversation with that. I'm getting out.
This nigga can't read the room.
Can I get for you got something to say, brother?
Oh no, we're good.
Oh, I thought so. Nigger.
Yeah, I thought like he was gonna beat your ass or something.
Damn, I forgot Star had a slot too. I forgot.
Wait, so is there a queue or no?
Congratulations on your promotion, Sheila. Happy for you.
These niggas is just talking.
No queue, I'm listening.
Hold on, you said these niggas are just talking? You never been to Clubhouse before?
Yeah, I said there's no queue.
Oh yeah, so I want to give a feedback Friday to give a shout out to my brother in Christ, Concrete. What we witnessed earlier was him fighting the good fight against, who was it, Nathan, right? You know, Nathan is a special breed of black. I'm actually proud of the brother of Concrete. You know, I'm surprised Concrete agreed with me. And, I just want to give him
Yo, Concrete is a good brother. He's funny. Like,
Nathan's white.
Weird ass
this nigga chill.
Can someone, Dawn or Sheila, please, for the fucking love of God, can you kick him down? What the fuck?
Who are we supposed
I
to
just
kick
wanna-
down?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. You gotta work on the Tourette.
I want to say this. Dawn and Sheila for the gym, and yeah, from me to you. It's a reflection of your own ineptitude if you let him up. Because, like, we don't have the control. So we don't look like retards letting him constantly interrupt conversations. But you guys have the control. So you know what?
Listen to him. Just move everybody down that he don't like, so we can all make him happy. I'll move myself down.
I appreciate you.
No, you don't be doing that. You're just in the mood down chill.
Oh, you did hear me. You did hear me.
No, I didn't hear you. What you said?
Oh my God, bro! I gotta do it again.
Yeah,
Seriously.
Wait, what happened? Something.
It was here.
Well, there's a replay, so
I mean,
put
you
the
can do it
timestamp in
again.
the
Oh shit! I did it on fuck. Okay.
Okay, listen, I don't want to wait for the replay. Can you tell me, please?
I can't do the performance again. I could because I have to figure out who Monica's who she was supposed to be. So because I did have one for Monica and I left her side. So I should do it again. Let me think about it.
I think Star gets that guy that you really don't like that didn't do squat, that they wasted all their time and money on. I think that fits Star better than me. If we wanted,
it was my feedback, Nate, and it was like a whole speech for you and knowledge basically, but mostly you.
that's like
Can you give us a summary?
improv that you can't get back, you know?
Give us a summary though. What did it like? Sound like Nathan hates black people?
You know why Timothy wants you to do it over again? Because he likes it.
Don't worry, Timothy. We're gonna get
No.
We're gonna replay. Context coming about this for sure.
I actually wanted to hear it, but I've been killing a lot of time in the gym, not doing what I'm supposed to do. So I'm trying to focus. I don't know, right?
Nathan. Oh shit.
Did you write down?
Someone called Nathan?
Did you write it down? Can you repeat that shit?
Yeah, Nate, it was the Ku Klux Klan. They said they wanted to thank you for your work.
Ku Klux Klan? What were those coons?
She was just saying things.
How you gonna call them?
What's the policy on pulling back people that were dropped?
They sell them for white people.
Who's the person that was like, Nate, you don't call everyone the N-word, and you were like, yes, I do. That happened yesterday.
Nathan, what's the policy on if someone gets dropped, the person that dropped them needs to pull them back up? We shouldn't do it.
What?
If someone gets dropped, the person that dropped him should pull him back up, or can anybody pull him back up?
Who it is?
It's because Hill.
Nah, that ain't stay down there. You've been talking from 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. This nigga been talking.
You know, he got the fucking Tourette's, apparently. I don't know, something with that man.
Yeah, he can't just chill. That's like his name. It's like the opposite of what he does.
Like, that nigga's the walking embodiment of Tourette's and ADHD combined. Like,
if he doesn't, like, pretend to do it, like, he actually does that, And I'm starting to notice that might be a Somali thing. No disrespect, empathy. But like,
No, he I forgot what he slipped on. It was something. I think it was Nigeria. He slipped on something.
I'm trying to figure out.
I think it was Nigeria. It was like, oh shit, we got him.
I don't know.
I think it was Nigeria.
Did you hear the rivalry between him and Timothy in the beginning? Him and Huey. Did you hear that rivalry in the beginning? So he might be South African, bro.
No, he's not South African. No, he's not. That I know, he's not.
Jill said that Somalia was Africa's Switzerland.
Yeah, I never understood.
Oh my God.
I never heard him say that. I was confused. Like, what does that mean?
Oh, I thought it was Ethiopia.
No, he said Somalia.
Well, who said that?
Chill said that.
Monica, you should be Joe Montana. I'll tell you why later.
He said anything. That was anything to say. Don't ever.
And that's really generous.
I just added to that. I appreciate you being able to get your
Y'all racist.
Oh, not racist. I'm just thinking, where the fuck are they skiing in Somalia?
Well, I don't think he meant the snow. I think he meant.
And Don, I think you need to
conflating the sand in Somalia with like.
Yeah, they be sand skiing and stuff like that. But what did you mean by that? Can you elaborate, please, and stop making us guess?
Yeah, basically, so the 70s, Somalia were considered exactly that.
Okay, sir, you're not explaining shit. I'm asking you why. Why was it considered that?
Because we had no beef with anybody, and we were.
Oh, I get what you're saying. You mean Switzerland, as in we ain't got no problems with no.
Yeah, we got no problems with anybody.
Yeah, I neutral card that, you dummy.
But here's the thing.
Damn.
But here's the thing. We started issues because somebody had our land. So.
Well, hold on, though. You don't have no land.
What do you mean we don't have?
The land was taken. That's what happens in war. You don't get to go back after you get the war and say, oh my God, I want my land back. No, you have to fight for it.
And that's exactly what we did.
He's not lying. He's talking about the Italians.
No.
The Italians know their land.
No, hold on. Listen, there was a 1977 war, and it took 5 countries to beat one country. It took 5 countries to beat us.
You talk about Italy and the other one?
No. It took Ethiopia, Russia, Cuba.
Okay, so they're back in good.
What do you think we've been doing?
Nothing.
What do you think we've done?
You haven't been doing anything but stealing money from government. That's all you've been doing. And it's plenty more. It's plenty more to be put in where that came from. We don't care about you stealing no money.
Yeah, of course you don't. Because
I sure don't.
These Israelis give.
Because the government don't give me money anyways. So I don't give a damn how much money the government gives.
These Israelis anyway. So
Here we
might take a couple of dollars over here.
Jill, you can't be talking shit about the Israelis. This is Somaliland who got acknowledged by.
There's no such thing.
You know what? I ain't gonna lie. He's so confusing to talk to. I don't even care no more. Whatever you say, bro, you got it.
Chill, have you been mentally diagnosed before? No being.
Daddy, do you have any feedback for White Mother Skeleton?
Yeah, I got feedback. You guys over the past week have been doing a great job moderating. I know I be acting crazy, but I don't give a fuck. Y'all have to learn that I do what I want, and not because I want to, but only because I want to. I don't even know if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
I don't make no sense. Something wrong with me. So, I don't know. If you guys would just be a little bit nicer, and when people are having conversations, and you think it sounds stupid, just say, that sounds so stupid. Don't say, oh my God, you're a fucking idiot from the ghetto. Just say, I don't like what you're saying.
You know, learn how to refute points without ad hominems. That's all. That's my feedback.
Wait, say that again. Thank you, baby girl. I do what I want to, only because I want to.
I said I do what I want to, not because I want to, but only because I want to.
Oh, shit. I'm gonna put that
Now, if someone could make that make sense to me.
Yeah. Jazzy, that feedback was stupid. That you're stupid because of it.
No, hold on.
See,
That
there we
makes
go.
no sense.
Now I'm going
That
to
makes
get
no
in
sense.
my mic.
But Mr. Jasmine, it makes no sense, but it also makes complete sense at the same time.
Mm-hmm. You know what else makes no sense? That in the Middle East, they transition their gay men to women so that they have a 0% gay rate. I thought Faisal would come off the mic.
So,
Faisal?
Hold on. This has to be the UAE. Because
it was actually Iran.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
I'm not laughing. I'm coughing because I'm smoking.
Yeah,
but listen real quick. No. Iran. You see? Here we go. All right, now, hold on real quick. Now it's your time for me to do you how I did Matt, because you're going to tie this to Muslims, right? So, hold on. SLM. Hold on, bro.
I'm going to ask one favor. Just respect my religion.
I'm not.
Shit, you want.
Now, hold on. I have a question for the room. Did I say Middle East or Muslims? Someone told me.
No, you said Middle East. No, you said
Middle East. Then why are you so mad? Aren't you from Africa?
Exactly. So that's.
So what are you mad for?
All right. Go ahead. Do you think?
Because you think I'm talking about Muslims.
He worshipped the
Iran. You went from Middle East to the Persians. That's not
okay. Where is Iran? Hold on. Where is Iran?
West Asia.
Where is Iraq?
West Asia.
So what countries are constituted as the Middle East? Because Saudi Arabia used to do it.
The Saudis, the Yemenis.
Okay, the Saudi. Where is Yemen? Isn't it across the water from Africa?
Yeah, for sure.
So then why are you acting like these regions are like miles apart? They're literally minutes apart.
But you said Iran.
That's like saying Florida and Georgia, like the people don't know nothing about these things when they share a borderline.
Okay, hold on, Jasmine. Let me just paint something. Hold on, let me see.
I know it is. That's why he's pissing me off. He's trying to use Persia, an empire that no longer exists, to tell me that's not. Bro, they're all, at this point, you're all cousins.
Okay, so can I wait?
Yeah, go ahead, Concrete.
Let me just
just as a geographical region.
Just so you know, everything chill is Somalian, bro.
So I just wanna.
What's up, brother?
Yeah, I'm gonna take like 15. So.
Bob is alright.
The Middle East was black back then. The King Darius.
All right, we know that. We know.
Oh, I didn't know you knew that. My bad.
Yeah, pre-Islamic. You're right.
Yeah, before Islam. Yeah, facts.
You're right.
You know what?
I used to think basically the Middle East.
Solomon's not gonna come up because of the replay.
But it tells you in the Bible, it says like Cush, what you call it, Nimrod was the.
Solomon authorized the replay. You can put it in the chat.
We got King Solomon in the house? Oh, let's
King Solomon. Jesus was black, all the different
replay. King Darius was black, you know, the guy who said,
do you all know the country that has proof of all this stuff?
Oh my God.
You know the country? Russia. Russia has proof of all this.
It's even more in the British.
Jazzy, I want to try to get a friendly fade with Himothy. Are you good?
Sure, I'm gonna go on mute.
I think you're gonna like this one, Jazzy. I think you might like this one.
Okay, I'm gonna listen. I'm about to get my hair done, by the way.
Himothy, you there, brother? Do you have time for a friendly fade?
Let me hit something. I might.
It's the same when you. It's the same. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like the same when you ran. You know.
Wait, the one you go flame. The one where Matt flamed you, don't.
Oh no! The one where you ran out the back door yesterday.
problem, the argument from induction? The reason for God?
Argument from intelligent design. Oh, yeah, don't make your argument, you know?
No. I was just wondering how induction broke down for this property. Why aren't you employing, when you look at the world, why aren't you employing induction to come to the conclusion that it got it? How did it break down in this instant?
No, like you have to show me the mechanism. You can't just. I take it that yesterday we just was like, you literally said, I think verbatim, your quote was, "It's self-evident. I don't need to." I mean, well, I disagree. So now, where do we go from that?
Well, we can appeal to the cognitive. We can appeal to the cognitive sciences about how we make decisions, and when we find that inductive reasoning is like a subconscious sort of apparatus that we utilize, I'm just wondering how you hijacked it.
Like, you missing my point, sorry. I'm saying, you think what you observe everywhere is design, and you think you can make an inference from all the observations you make to this like universal scale. That's what you think's going on, right? And I'm saying, I'm not rejecting induction at all. But on the contrary, I'm saying I just don't make the same observation, because if you want to read them from these instances to a general principle, and I'm saying I don't see the same inferences as the same instances that you do. So
are you saying that you don't see? Saying you don't see the design elements within nature?
What is that like? And then what are they? Did you mean just
the interconnect? I would say the functions that are interconnected for the overall accomplishment of a goal, right? Like basic cell structure, and then you have the biological structures, you have like the ecological structures, the cosmological structures.
So you're saying like
and how
you're saying like sort of like complexity within what seems to be a kind of like a functioning system or something.
Yeah, do you see it or no?
Yeah, but that doesn't imply a design opinion.
Okay, so that's why I'm asking you if we've utilized induction to like navigate the unknown areas of life, you've investigated the natural world. Why did induction break down in this instance such that you didn't employ it the same way you would in every other scenario, where if you saw something designed, you would say that thing is designed because I'm familiar with other designed entities, and this one is similar to that one, therefore a designer. How did it break down with the universe?
Well, the first thing, I don't actually reject design on the control that you seem to have in mind, which is just that things are complex. Yeah, I mean, it's like trivial.
Wait, what does complex mean to you?
The fact that in a universe where light has to reflect the object, bounce back, hit my retina, that are like trivially everything I see is going to be complex in a trivial sense, right?
But how are you defining complex?
I thought I was working off of your definition. So we said a system of functioning intricate, like some system where we can like reduce it to like maybe just discrete like articles or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, so it's something that's seen. Yeah. So you're saying you see that in nature?
No, I'm saying trivially on that control of design. Yes, we just like, and as in, if we say, for instance, for me to be able to like to observe any object, it requires that, like, it basically has to be involved in some like dance of like photons and all this kind of nonsense. It's like it would trivially then it's complex, right? Okay. Now the question is it designed? Okay. What is designing? Okay, designing, what you said, it just means now, like, it is complex. But okay, we'll find out and tell you some lies. But you have a different thing in mind. You have an iPhone kind of design in mind, a thing that implies an intentional agent who's responsible for designing it. Okay, I don't run and do that. Tell me how we get from there to there. Because I think, remember, if I'm a naturalist, I think everything is trivially because it's reducible to particles. I think that's true of all of reality. I don't think that a rock is the same as an iPhone. I don't think that, do I? So you can't say to me, well, they have this common feature in mind. Or to say that they have this common feature, which is, I don't know, they're material and they're complex. And then that implies a design. Because I don't think a rock is designed in the same way an iPhone is. So like that's not going to compel me. You have to do some work to bridge, to make the connection between the design notion you have, which is like fucking Chinese people working in a factory, Steve Jobs and Wozniak, and a rock. You have to make that connection. I'll give you some time.
I don't know why you would burden me with something that is like disanalogous to my point. But
it's your argument.
Anyway, I'll just tell you the argument is real simple. If you see design in nature, a design in human constructions, then why are you saying, because we use induction, right? Basically, we take a known and then we extrapolate to like an unknown with similar qualities, and we come to like the same conclusions about these two elements. One is the known, one is the unknown. And I just take it that when you talk about nature and you say, okay, I don't know if it's designed or not, but I don't know if there's a creator.
People on this stage tell me I talk slow.
Yo, I give up, bro.
What's going on?
You always messing up stuff, man.
I'll be back in a second.
Wait, he ran away again?
That was good, Concrete. That was good.
Concrete.
All in one.
It's no hate. It's no hate.
All in one. I appreciate it, bro. Are you no longer a hate?
I'm a hate bitch, bro. I just agree with you.
You succumb to the same problem that he would succumb to. And so does everybody else with atheists. You have to explain how or why you stopped using induction.
I mean, I don't have to explain why.
In order to be a rational person?
No, induction is just basically a strong argument, right? It's highly probable. It's nothing of validity, right? Deductive is more so of like something of validity, something verifiable, has properties that we can measure and get to. So when it comes to just like the existence of God, I think a lot of believers misinterpret their own position, right? You believe. The only reason why you believe is because you don't have anything that is a proof, that is a validity, something you can verify with that is your position. Now, you may have evidence, right? And that is scripture. And you can give that to me, right? That's fine. But still, when it comes to existence, something that we all can perceive. If we can't perceive God, leave it at God. I'm not talking about morality. I'm not talking about scripture, the words, interpretation, none of that. I think what a true atheist want is prove the existence of God. And we need God to be present for you to say, or for us to agree that God exists.
That's crazy. I mean, I'm sorry to interject. Were you in a conversation with Concrete?
Go ahead.
I just think that's insane because it's like, I understand what you're saying, Concrete, like about induction. And that's absolutely how I came to like God in such a real way. And I feel like I want to give that to every atheist that in my life, like if you don't feel God, then I don't want to say there's something wrong with you, but I feel like, you're not open enough. It's like, just open your heart and feel that God is there. Like, you just have to see. It's like the induction theory. Like, if there's no other way to explain the missing link, the feeling of love, all of these things that humans know, it's like there's no other way to explain it besides it's got to be God. But you can call God whatever you want. You don't have to become a Christian overnight and believe in a fucking religion. Like, you can just believe in God and create whatever that means for you inside of you, because I do believe that God is fucking personal. And people will try to say, oh, this or that, but it's really personal. And I just want to say, like, open your heart. Like, try to find that. And that's for everybody that doesn't believe in God.
That's a fact.
I think, I don't think that everyone here would agree with you when you say you can call God whatever you want. Because I believe the Christians would believe, like, If you think the universe is God, you don't believe in God.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter though, Luca, because it's about your relationship with God. It doesn't.
Okay.
And you know,
You're just in the matrix a little bit.
Let me.
Alessandro, you're in the matrix.
Do you think?
Sorry.
Do you think Alessandro? Do you think that's?
But let me just say one thing as a Muslim real quick.
No, bro. No.
You know what? I love Jesus.
Can I go after Alessandro?
Hold on, Jacobus. I know you can't say you love Jesus.
Can I go after? I don't know.
Man, I mean, here's what I'm saying, dog. Right? So, I think, chill. You can get. I mean, sorry, Jacobus. You can go ahead when I'm done or whatever. Fuck it. I'm just fucking. Oh my God. All I'm saying though is, yeah. So for Jessica, I don't think. So when you talk about God and personal, I think that there's a much bigger way of thinking that causes people to struggle with that, right? So like, for instance, how many hundreds of little girls just like got killed in Iran for no reason, right? Now, if you're a kid and like in places like Gaza, the children tattoo and write their names on their body parts, so when their bodies explode, their parents can know who died, right? Now, why am I saying all that, right? I don't feel comfortable going up to people on this planet and telling them there's a God who made the universe and cares about you, right? While your children are getting blown up, while your family members are being like assaulted and tortured and all this other shit, right? So like, I truly don't think, like when people say like there's this personal God who's intervening in people's lives a lot, I'm like, hey man, if he's got some explaining, you know what I mean? I've never, for people who say God is like an person who's intervening in people's lives, that's never made sense to me, ever, right? Now I understand people feel that way, but like it just doesn't make any sense when you look at the problem of suffering, right? And gratuitous suffering in particular. I don't know, I'll land there. My bad, Chill. Whatever you're trying to say, Chill. Or Jacobus.
Alright, so I'm listening to the deeper question that's at hand. It's basically three of them. And before I even say it, they're saying, yo, why don't you reason God? And when I hear that, I just want to ask them, but why? Why should we reason there is a God? Usually people reason things based on observations. None of you have ever observed God. So why are you trying to force other people to do what you cannot do yourself? Secondly, if you was to believe in a God, what God? How do you choose out of all these options? And then if you ask them, they'll tell you because in the desert, there was a religion. In the desert. In the fucking desert. See, I'm not trying to get you to doubt God. I'm just trying to get you to think on what people are asking you. Why are you asking people to believe in God? Give me a reason. The same way you saw the reason that God exists, you should be able to tell me a reason without no mystical mumbo jumbo.
Yo, bro, if you don't believe God exists, bro, you gonna fuck yourself, bro. It's not our fault, bro. You know what I'm saying? We still gonna love you, bro. You know? We just don't gotta prove nothing to you, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Can I finish? You can't control yourself yet. Alright. So, his reason is you should do it because if you don't, it's no benefit to me. I'm like, yo, that's like telling me to buy something for no reason at all. It is fucking useless. So again, we ask these individuals, what do they want us to believe in? A magical creature that made us all? And what? He has a relationship with us? I never seen him or her with any of you.
Aww.
And hold on. Ain't none of you ever spoken to him. Ain't none of you, well, it was probably one-sided.
I feel. He doesn't have God in his heart. Aww.
Never said that. I only asked what God
He's Jewish. He's Jewish.
Look, everybody settle down. Settle down. So, maybe you are mature enough to answer one simple question. What God you believe in?
Oh no! Hold on, wait, hey, chill. I got it, chill. See, the framing of that question, it kind of is making you're trying to insinuate that there's multiple, right?
About to smoke weed.
Oh, so how
there is a creator. There's a creator. Okay, and I believe it's a creator. This is not a video game. This is not an anime where we have multiple characters. There's a creator. Okay. It's not a person like you and me, right? It's not a person. Concrete. I'm answering this question. So it's not a weird, bro. It's not a person like you and me. You're gonna have a conversation like
that was me, Concrete. That was me.
So I believe in God, the Creator.
Sounds like Concrete wants to go after you.
That was cool, but now, so how do you know there's only something?
I believe that there's a Creator, right? So I believe in the Creator.
How do you reason that there's only one of them, though?
Well, when I pray and, I know that there's a creator and that's it. I don't see any proof of there being multiple. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, bro. And look, you're going to break your little human mind trying to decipher it. So believe in whatever you believe in, whatever makes you feel, whatever makes you.
So basically you say.
Do not interrupt me. I was just telling you, please. Believe in what you believe in. If this is a cry for help, we can help you, we can talk to you, console you. But if you want to feel better about if you want to feel fulfilled and believe in what you believe in, that makes you wake up every day ready to attack the day and accomplish whatever you need to accomplish and be a good person. That's all, bro. We don't have to argue here, bro. We don't have to convince each other.
Wait. Hold on, everybody settle down. Hold on, we ain't arguing, brother. I'm just curious, right? Because once you told me there was only one God, I'm like, all right, why do you reason there's only one? Couldn't a bunch of them make a bunch of things? Does not your Bible says there are many gods?
Listen, I don't deal with hypotheticals. We do it all day. You know what I mean?
So exactly. So look, since you don't deal with hypotheticals, so that means you gotta explain what you can't explain. You gotta.
No. I just told you, I don't owe you anything. I don't owe you an explanation. You owe it to yourself to believe in what you want to believe in. I don't owe you an explanation. You feel me?
So you paid that.
I'm not trying to convince you. I already got a relationship with God. I'm not trying to convince you.
So you convinced? That's what you're telling us all. You convinced that.
What I'm saying is, I already got a relationship with God. I already got a relationship with God. Like, it's your job to make one. Like, if you've never felt the Holy Spirit, then that's fine. You feel me? Tell you what it feels like, though. It feels, like you can't explain it. You cannot explain it.
So your God is a fish.
And hold on a second. You cannot explain. Hold on a second. Right? Relax. Right? You cannot explain the feeling, and you cry. Most people cry because they can't. It's an overwhelming feeling. If you haven't felt it, bro, maybe you will in the future. Maybe you won't. But you can believe in whatever you want to believe in, brother.
All right.
I'm just not here to convince you. That's not my job. I already got my relationship.
All right. Everybody settle down.
Okay, guys. I heard 5 mics. Wait a minute. Wait I'll give you 2 more minutes, and then I'd like to hear from you.
I don't want to lose track real quick. Can you respect that?
Okay, but I do want to talk to Mino.
I don't want to lose track real quick.
Obis, you can go, bro, but let me talk to Mino after you, okay? Please don't take too long. Because
I know, but y'all gonna make me forget what I want to ask this nigga.
All right, go.
Okay. Thank y'all. Settle down, white people. So now, Mino, I will only say one thing. So you literally told us that you believe in God because you had some tears. Because you cried and you wept.
If you want to minimize it to that.
Good, bro. Settle down. So basically, you're telling us you believe in a creator God because you became overwhelmed with some feeling that made you shed tears. Okay. So basically what you told me is that you had these confused ideas, right? Expressions of reality that was fragmented. And that brought you sadness. And that sadness was you believing in God. I respect that, bro. I respect that.
Nigga said sadness. Yo, you never shared.
Like Andrew
I would like to rebuttal because
you can rebut to the both Andrew because he wants to talk to you too. Is that okay?
Let me handle this dude, and then Andrew, I want to build with you separately after I close this chapter with this guy.
Yeah, well, you misrepresented you just now. So
Right. It's all good. These are mental games. At this stage of the game in 2026, we identify those and we address them calmly because we know that this guy's just playing a mental game. So let's play the game. One, I'm guessing you never had tears of joy.
Yo, that was a good point, Mino.
Yeah, Jacobus, I'm guessing you never felt tears of joy. I'm praying for you, right? The tears are tears of joy. Tears of like, I cannot comprehend, like, it's unexplainable, like I just said. So I will not be able to explain it to you. It's not my job to. Whatever you want to call it, whatever word in the English dictionary that you want to call me or you want to, whatever it is, if you want to have the last word, I will let you have the last word. I just pray that one day you feel what I felt. If not, who cares, right? I don't care. I already got a connection with God. But yeah, whatever you want to call it, bro. Andrew, what do you want to say?
Can I respond to one sentence? Just one sentence?
Bro, we don't really, that's it. We moved on, bro. That's not, we built already.
Statement?
We built already. We already built.
One sentence, Andrew?
No, I responded to you. That's it. It's done. And I have nothing to tell you.
Why do you fear?
Oh, wait, I forgot. You want to have the last word. Yes, you may speak one more sentence, and then we're going to move on to Andrew, okay?
Thank you.
All right, no doubt.
Well,
I will not respond to you.
That's not Jacobus. That's not even Jacobus, bro.
Thank you. So,
and I will not respond to you after that,
okay. I'm glad he said that beautiful statement. That his God was a feeling, right? Of joys, of tears. But when we read the Bible, his Bible, it says God. Settle down. It says God desires all people to come to a knowledge of truth, not a feeling of truth, not tears of sadness.
That's not what he said.
Not a feeling in the middle of the night.
Not what he said.
Why can't I just finish?
Because he didn't say that. And you said one sentence.
It's a long sentence. It would have been one sentence if you ain't said it.
Come on.
I understand how y'all play this game.
But you're just not being honest right now. You're not being honest.
I'm not being honest yet. I quoted him accurately.
No, you didn't. He didn't say God. He never said, hold on, Jacobus. He never said God is a villain. Never said that. He said he experienced God and it brought about a feeling. It brought him to tears. Okay, that's different.
Yes. So how do you explain that? How do you explain that?
He literally said it's unexplainable. He literally said it's unexplainable.
So what the fuck was he doing then?
Doesn't mean he didn't have the experience. Doesn't mean he didn't have the experience.
What's he doing
then? It does not mean, I don't care. I'm telling you, it doesn't mean he didn't have the experience. So your conclusion is wrong. Your conclusion is wrong. We're going to praise King Jesus today. Jacobus, we're going to praise King Jesus today. We're going to praise King Jesus today. So don't do all this stuff. You're doing a lot of stuff right here that doesn't make any sense.
Don't
I didn't do any hypocrisy.
Yo, this nigga mad because he never followed the presence of God.
You're saying something
Wait. Andrew,
he said
a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Does everybody on the stage love Jesus?
They love
but they should.
They love some tears.
Yeah, but they should.
They love some tears.
Whatever y'all
Jacobus stop. So the only thing that the only thing that Jacobus said that I would ask you about, that I do think I would, respectfully, I don't want to know why you said, is when you said things like, believe whatever you want, do whatever makes you happy, whatever gets you out of bed, motivates you, gets you active. I mean, he could get up and want to grape people, right?
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, he could get up and want to do horrific things. I don't think we want to encourage people to do that. What we do want to encourage people to do is to worship God and to be Christians. So, so Jacobus, you got to quit strawmanning what he said, okay?
Yeah, Jacobus, you can't fuck with me. Like, relax, brother.
Alright,
Yeah, you're
so
strawmanning.
this man ain't said he want to shed tears.
You're strawmanning, bro. You're strawmanning.
Jacobus, you shed tears for less. Like, why are we even having this conversation?
Andrew, you can't even answer the simple question.
Your whole premise is wrong. Your whole premise is wrong. No, your whole premise is wrong, Jacob.
Yeah, and your hairline.
You're literally trying to tell me no.
He's trying to get me to like.
I'm telling you, stop talking, Jacobus. What you're trying to tell me no is that Mino's experience with God is God. That's not what he's saying. Okay? He didn't say that the experience is. He said he experienced God. Do you understand the difference?
He said he didn't experience God.
No, that's not what he said. That's not what he said. You literally are saying the opposite of what he said. He experienced the Holy Spirit. Hold on, Jacobus. I'm not going to deal with your nonsense today. He said, hold on, stop. I haven't talked for hours. Stop. He said he experienced the Holy Spirit and it brought him to tears and it's unexplainable. You misrepresented it and tried to say that the experience itself being brought to tears was God. No, that's not what he said. So quit being dishonest, please. Stop doing it. Stop doing it. Represent people correctly. Stop doing it.
No matter how many times you say Jacobus is going to be wrong. I'm sorry.
Whatever. So Andrew, again, stop lying. Because you just told us again in front of everyone that this man said he experienced the Holy Spirit.
Yes, I said that. And I stand on that.
Let me finish. And I love to, what you call that?
If this doesn't end with you showing me that I lied, I would like to kick you off the stage. And you should consent to that. Because you're not going to show that I lied.
You're not going to let me finish at all, are you?
Go ahead, Jeff.
Go ahead, y'all.
Yeah, exactly. So now this man just said he experienced God. He ain't hear him. He ain't never see him. He ain't never speak to him. Hold on.
How is that me lying? You're supposed to show the I'm lying. How are you showing the I'm lying?
Finish.
He didn't say he didn't see or see.
He doesn't know what experience means, brother.
He didn't say any of that. Jacobus, he didn't say any of that.
You got such a low IQ, Jacobus. I'm sorry, bro.
Jacobus, you were supposed to be showing that I lied. Now you're trying to say that he misrepresented.
This nigga don't know the different variations of experiences. Oh my God.
Because you just said something that made no sense. You were going to show that I lied. Stay on track.
Made no sense.
Stay on track. Now you're trying to parse out his experience and say that he didn't understand his own experience. And that hearing God, he didn't say he didn't hear God. He didn't see God. He didn't tell you. He didn't tell you that.
Why are you yelling?
You gotta let these little niggas talk to themselves, man.
He's in a hole bearing dirt in himself.
You just digging your own hole, Jacobus.
I'm keep getting
What are you doing, bro? What are you doing? Jacobus, you're wasting time, bro. You're not being a genuine interlocutor. You're not being a genuine interlocutor. It's not good to talk to you. Because you're not talking honestly. You're not talking in faith. You said he didn't see God? He didn't hear God? He didn't say that. He didn't say that.
Again, Andrew, how long do I got to speak? Because you
don't get any more to speak. I'd rather you not speak.
So again,
you're being dishonest. You're a dishonest interlocutor, bro. You're trolling. This isn't real. You're not being honest.
How many times did you interrupt me when I was speaking?
You shouldn't be speaking is my point. You should not be speaking. You're being dishonest.
And that's
yes, kill people. Is that Christian life? Shut up.
Hold on. Your view said different.
Yeah, God came in and whipped people. Is that Christian life?
That's it, Jacobus. You're atheist, Jacobus.
I don't know what this is.
You're an atheist heathen. That's it. Let's move on, Jacobus. You're an atheist. That's it. You're atheist. That's it. Let's move on. You're atheist. We get it. Let's move on, bro. Nobody gives a fuck.
I know you want to run. That's you.
Nobody, nigga. I'm right here, nigga. You're low IQ. I do not want to share with you anymore, bro. I'm sorry. You're too dumb for me.
Why you keep cutting me off then?
No, we're not cutting you off. It's just you're not saying shit. And then when you do say something, it's wrong. So it's like, what are we doing?
So these people,
give other people a chance to speak, bro. There's more people.
These people who pretend to be more intellectual than me.
Bro, you're atheist, nigga.
That's the second time you interrupted me.
You know why I'm interrupting you? I don't respect the lack of comprehension you have, and I can't bear to hear it anymore. You can't comprehend shit, bro. I don't want to talk to you. It's like talking to a kid.
God being tears, though. That's what you call me.
Yo, bro, worry about yourself. If you ain't feel it, bro, I can't tell you nothing. Like, what the fuck? That's on you, bro. Like, what the fuck from around my face, nigga? Like, ain't nobody trying to convince you. The fuck?
I'm just waiting for my chance to finish.
Bro, go ahead, bro.
Yes, exactly. So these people who claim to belong, this God does not give them patience, nor does he give them virtue to be the things they claim to be. Now, Monica, why am I getting interrupted by you? So now, look, I understand these fake Christians. They want to explain the unexplainable. They want to tell you that their God is invisible. They heard him, yet they never heard him. They seen him, yet they don't see him. And that every time they experience him in the sense of a Holy Spirit, they get overwhelming feelings of joy and tears. I know numerous people in a psychiatric ward who experience these same feelings, uncontrollable laughter with tears. And they don't say they believe in a God. When you open up your Bible, does it? Hold on. I can't. This shit is ridiculous.
You're lucky we're letting you talk. What the fuck?
I'm not allowing you to do anything.
You do.
Nigga, we allow you to speak.
Jacobus.
Nigga's so bad.
I don't use my mods in this room pretty much ever, but you do. Jacobus. No, I haven't. I haven't touched you. No, I haven't. I'm not doing this because of a green badge. I would interrupt you if I was on the audience. I don't care. Okay. If I was on the stage,
you got a shirt that says creator on it, fucking hypocrite.
The point is I would move you down because you're being such bad faith interlocutor right now. It's for real.
And I will call you a Christian, but you're not.
Who gives a fuck what you call us? You're a fucking
creator. The only thing you can do, I just want to point something out. No, I'm not using any profanity. I want to say
I'm not talking to you.
Okay. Yeah, but let me go ahead and rebuke you for a second. Hold on, Jacobus. Let me point something out that you said. No, let me stop. Let me point something out. Let me point something out that you said that is so stupid. You think that if somebody interrupts somebody, that's a sign that. Stop.
Jacobus, your whole fucking bloodline and your lineage is
interrupting somebody. You think somebody interrupting somebody is a violation of Christian standards. It is not. Interrupting somebody is not a lack of self-control.
Be right to give a reason for your
faith. Hold on. Be quiet.
We don't
gotta be quiet.
You said interrupting is a lack of self-control. That's not correct. I guarantee you there are plenty of times in our lives where we should interrupt people. If somebody is standing there berating your whole family and saying horrific things to you, you don't just sit there and wait and let them listen. You tell them to shut their effing mouth and get out of your face. You don't listen to people say things that are disgusting like what you've been saying for the last 10 minutes. I will interrupt you, and that is a godly thing to do. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not a lack of self-control. You don't understand what the scripture means when it says practice self-control. It means when yourself is trying to do something evil, prevent that. Restrain yourself. Control your desires. It doesn't mean that you don't interrupt somebody when they're saying garbage like you've been saying. Okay? Do you understand the difference? So don't tell me that I interrupt you, therefore it's wrong, or therefore I'm not a Christian. Christians can interrupt other people. You interrupt your children. If your kids are mouthing off to you, you interrupt them and say, hey, you little brat, stop talking to me like that. You don't let your children overrule you and just talk over you. You don't let people that are being rude.
In the audience, calm down, make your point with me out, Manoa.
That's fine, I'll talk to Mino, but I'm going to finish my point real quick. My point is interrupting is not there's nothing about that inherently that indicates that you aren't Christian. Just want that to be clear. A lot of people have a misunderstanding of that. God killed people, interrupted people, did all kinds of things. Anyway, Mino, the only thing I would say is Jacobus is definitely off, and I can understand that he provokes and makes you just want to tell him to F off. But at the same point in time, we should want him to be saved and to come to the knowledge of the truth. Just in the same way that God desires all people to be saved, we should desire that Jacobus be saved. But I know his plotting and his arrogance is pretty offensive.
Yeah, you're right.
Can I ask you?
Thank you for
shouldn't you listen to the brother?
Yeah, for sure.
And try to bring him closer.
What'd you say, Joe?
Wouldn't you want to listen to the brother and try to bring him closer?
When he's being dishonest and disingenuous, like he certainly was there, he was blatantly misrepresenting what Mino said just to try to mock him and tear him down. Yeah. No, I don't want to listen to that.
Yeah, we don't interact with people like that. We shut that shit down. I'm sorry.
2 more minutes, and then I have to bring Jacobus back up. That's the code.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I appreciate it, Monica. So just to say, chill. It's not to say that I don't care about Jacobus. I do. I mean, I think he might be bipolar or have BPD or something like that. Because different days he'll be like,
no, he's Jewish.
Well, no, just listen. It's just. But he different days he'll be singing praises to Jesus.
He's a Hebrew Israel.
And then some days he's like FG. And then some days he's like F Jesus. I only worship Yahweh.
Oh, he's a Hebrew Israelite? Oh, I'm definitely not.
No, he's everything. He's everything. He's everything, guys. Depends on the day. So I'm not sure that he's all there stably. But yeah, do I care about Jacobus? Yeah, of course. But he's sitting there misrepresenting this other man's testimony in such an egregious way. It's not good faith. And I don't respect that. That's all I'm saying.
I want him to go to Jesus, and I don't have no ill will against Jacobus. That's how you know we really believe in God. Because we're not using our faith to mock somebody or make them feel less than. We want them to be happy because we are happy. We love our family. We want that for others as well. That is real faith in God. We're doing God's work by loving others, and we could all get on here and say some crazy shit. At the end of the day, I have no malice towards him, none of that. All right, I'm not over here trying to prove a point. I'm not trying to convince him. I want him to find himself, and that's all. I wish him the best. But he's not gonna make me feel away or none of that because he's a human, bro. Like I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like I fear God, bro. That's.
Hi. Jacobus is welcome back on stage, but I do hope he doesn't vote for it. There's a bunch of great lines here that I'd like to hear.
Yeah, so can I respond now?
It is Women's Month, and I would put forward that all the women speak. I would put forward that all the women speak. I don't know if the women would allow. I don't know if the women would allow the trade. I don't know. Hold on. I got one sentence. I didn't say anything about going to Jacobus. Hold on. I said it is Women's Month, and I would put forward that all the women start speaking. And I don't know if they would allow for.
You was the first bitch to speak, so we good.
I don't know if they would allow for. I don't know if they would allow for first. I don't know if they would allow.
He's not a Christian.
I don't know if they'd allow for the. I don't know if they'd allow for the trans women to speak as women, but anyway. But go ahead.
He must think I'm Sasha. His gay lover. But look, as I was saying, I believe it was Peter, and in the book of Peter it tells us, first of all, this fake other Christian Meow said, he fears God. But let's hear what Peter says. But sanctify the Lord your God in your hearts, and be ready always to give an answer to every man that asketh you a reason of the hope that is in you, with meekness and fear. Peter 3:15.
Yeah, that's right.
So why are you still interrupting me?
Yeah, because he can be ready to give an answer, but also not put pearls before swine. Because you take all of Scripture and not put pearls before swine.
Yeah.
And so he can be ready to give an answer. He's just not going to give it to you. Why? Because you're being a swine right now. That's why. So stop.
Yeah, we don't waste our energy on swine. I'm sorry, brother. And I kind of did give you an answer. You just didn't accept it, and you
trampled it. You just trampled over it. Yeah, that's exactly right. You put your pearls there, and you just defecated. You dropped his pants and pooped on him. So you don't need to give him any more until he shapes up. Jacobus, you're on the line, bro.
Yeah, man.
I did want to ask you, Jessica, about the universe. You said nobody.
Can I go without being interrupted?
Jacobus, please, bro. You're just wasting time. You're trying to denigrate.
Interrupted me. I could have eaten
wasting time. You're trying to quote Scripture against, and you don't even know what you're talking about. Okay? You're a waste of time, Jacobus.
So why are you mod abusing?
Andrew, I'm not mod abusing you.
Why are you mod abusing?
Bro, he would have kicked you out the room right now, bro.
If I wanted to use my mods, I would have kicked you out of the room. I have not kicked you out of the room. I'm not doing it.
Why are you doing it?
Because you're being out of line, being garbage right now. That's why.
Your mother was out of line.
Go sit at the kiddies table, dude. Bro, nobody cares about your words. You're a human, bro. Who cares, bro? Human. Here's what you say, bro.
Why the moderators doing this with me?
Now, ladies, kiss on the mouth and be not. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, Jacobus, you trying to hurt our feelings, bro? It's not gonna happen, bro. Like, what do you want to say to us?
One mic on Jacobus.
Yeah.
Exactly. So as I was saying before, I was really interrupted by these fake ass Christians who don't know their Bible. In the book of Peter, the rock of Christ says, but sanctify the Lord God in your hearts, and be ready always to give an answer to every man that asketh you a reason of the hope that is in you, with meekness and fear.
reason of his hopes. He said he believes in God because he gets an overwhelming feeling that brings him to tears. And when I asked him to clarify, he said it's a joyous feeling that brings him to tears. When we read our Bible, it's God's desire that all people come to a knowledge of truth. When I hear this, I'm not coming to a knowledge of truth. I'm coming to a man's personal feelings. I want to know the truth of God in order to believe in God. What brings this man to tears may not bring this woman to tears. And that may not be something to convince me of God. So when Andrew comes at Jacobus and starts yelling, like, oh, you makes no sense. Andrew, I can never respect you as a Christian. Not only do you not have the Holy Spirit, you cannot even control your anger. If you was put in a position of power, i.e. slavery, we know what you would be. You would not be a John Brown. You would not be a freedom fighter. So when we speak
with this bullshit,
yeah, he's just wasting time. I will move you down if you don't stop.
Yeah, Jacobus, you're about to hit us with some bullshit.
Now you're trying to say I'm going to be an enslaver. No,
fuck you and your fucking trauma.
Yeah, there's too much garbage that I need to erase.
Racist, homosexual.
Oh yeah, how am I a racist?
I'm about to be racist right now if you don't stop, Jacobus.
Yeah. So Jacobus.
Andrew.
All right, I'm gonna do this because you're not listening. Okay. So here's what's going on. You just quoted the scripture. Be ready to give an answer. I already answered you on that. He does have an answer. So do I. Do I want to give you an answer? Well, he gave you one, and you trampled on it and misrepresented it. Okay, that's what actually happened. Then you're like, oh, he had a feeling. You try to say it in a mocking way. A little less mocking than you did the first couple times, but you still try to say it in a mocking way. He had a feeling. You said, how's his feeling going to convince
Jacobus for not breaking any rules?
No, he's
already moved.
Yeah, we're done with that guy. All right,
wait, she will. Monica moved him already. What's wrong with moving him?
Yeah, bring him up.
If he's being disruptive, if he's not listening to my chip, what's wrong with that?
How it was his turn to talk.
Yeah, he's been talking.
He waited on his turn, and then you interrupted him and moved him down.
All right, bring him back up. Bring him back up.
What's going on?
We could do this all day. Bring him back up.
No. This is what's happening. All right, here we go. So this is what's happening. Jacobus is abusing stage presence. He's talking too long. There's a dynamic conversation with 5 people wanting to weigh in, and Jacobus is hogging the mic. So Jacobus
want to do
a
time limit?
Yeah, can we, I think that would be perfect. And then Andrew
He's gonna start again.
And he also tried to disrespect me multiple times.
Well, he's not coming up now. He's not coming up now, so you guys can just
people
go
get
ahead.
to be insulting in here, and the mods can't abuse the stage shift either. It's a balance act we have here. We gotta respect
Hey,
everybody.
Shield, why isn't he coming up?
He's a coward and a heathen. I don't know.
Oh, as in you invited him and he said no.
Come up, you coward. Let's get it.
I turned the hand raising
I
on.
suggest everyone
Because I moved him.
Hey.
And invite him.
Sorry,
Well, you can't invite him.
Listen, I suggest you read the rules of chillism, okay? And if you aren't familiar with them, especially if you're not familiar with them, okay? Because if he's calling you a name or whatever, if he's not breaking the rules, he's not breaking the rules, right? And before now, we didn't have a queue, we didn't have a timed queue, right? And so he wasn't specifically breaking any rules, right? So if you need to create a queue, we can do that. But other than that, we can't just move someone down because we feel like it, right? So
Because he was speaking the truth.
Let's get this together. All right.
Speaking the truth. No, he wasn't. You trolling him at the end. Relax. You got a crucifix on your thing. Like, relax.
He said if Andrew existed, If Andrew was not to Venom, then he wouldn't have been a freedom fighter.
Yeah, I know, right? The hypotheticals, and he was speaking the truth, right?
That is the.
Yeah, that's a fact, right? Oh, yeah. I love you, guys.
Timothy's on the he's on the Jacobus arc right now.
Yeah, I love this ad, man. It's just like sparring babies, bro. I love it.
Return to the stage. So
Yo, what's up, Jacob Bus? You guys trying to tell us again? Come on.
He's gonna get Concrete to join forces.
Do your work.
Come on, Concrete.
Do your work, brother. I feel like Concrete's more godly than this guy.
Yeah.
Yo, who doesn't believe? Who here believes?
Look, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I'm not disrespecting them. I'm not coming at them. I'm just saying who me and you used to like in kindergarten and who the fuck we like now, bro. Because our feelings change. So when a grown-ass fucking man, right, who claims to know how to wipe his own ass, tells me when he gets an overwhelming feeling and joyous tears fall down his face, he knows that was the Holy Spirit amongst them. I cannot reason that, bro. And when I open that book that they claim to read, it tells me God desires you and each and every motherfucker in this stage to come to a knowledge of truth. Never said a knowledge of feelings. Never said about joyous tears. When King David received the Holy Spirit, he was dancing booty naked. He wasn't crying joyous tears all alone. So when I call out their hypocrisy, they want to say he's saying stupid things. He doesn't know the Bible. And I'm just saying, yo, if you trying to explain the unexplainable, you a charlatan.
1 minute, you know, 1 minute. Crying while he was dancing.
And if you say this man right here wasn't explaining, then you a fucking
no, my brother, we're gonna see you on Times Square in like a couple hours. Relax.
Is he done?
Yeah, go me.
Alright, bet. Yeah, I never said I was gonna explain it. I literally said it's unexplainable. Again, he's misrepresenting me. This guy has a low ass IQ. I want this guy to be an example as to why I don't have to fucking explain a goddamn thing about my faith. You're trying to understand. I already got you know what I'm saying? I already got my connection. You don't got a connection. You know what I'm saying? You don't got one. And you could call me names and you could try to like say shit passive aggressively and mock it or whatever the case is. I already beat you in the psychological game because I already know what the fuck you're trying to do. You're a heathen. You're the people that we call heathens. You are a non-believer, you atheist damn near, right? And you just walk around with a fucking hateful heart because you don't believe in shit. You try to make everything about you try to find comedic relief in everything and black and dark comedy and the race thing and your traumas and shit. Yo, bro, I pray for you. You're fucked up and we can't explain this shit and we don't care to explain to people like you because you are beneath me right now currently, in my opinion. And nobody's beneath me. You know, in the eyes of God and everything, but you right now, bro, if there's anybody that I owe an explanation to, I guarantee you it's not motherfucking Jacobus. Now get the fuck out of my face. I don't give a fuck about you. And yeah, I hope that you find that. But please stop asking me no more questions about faith. I'm not taking you seriously. You're a fucking heathen and a charlatan, just like you called me. You're a fucking charlatan. And that's it. That's why I'm doing better than you in life. That's why I'm more fruitful than you in life. And that's it. That's why God blesses me in life. And that's why you always got to come up with excuses and fucking complain. Because you're not fulfilled in life. Because you're a poor excuse for a man. That's it. I'll let my nuts hang, nigga. Whatever you want to do. That's all. That's all I want to say. I don't want to talk to this guy no more. That's it. That's it.
All right, are we ready for topic? And ladies here. Hi, lady. You are so missed. Steve likes to tell us that it's Women's Month, so I'm so glad you stopped by for today. And if you want the mic now, we would do one mic on lady so fast. But I actually, if we're in a lull, we're finished with the You Ain't No Christian. conversation, or you don't believe in God. Andrew, did I ask you about, this is a few months old, but I don't think I ever asked you, Ilhan Omar's adventure with the spraying of the apple cider vinegar. It seems to have dropped off the news, but I was asking a few people what the percentage was likely that she knew about it before it happened. I didn't know if you had a percentage to give me, if you remember that story.
Shoot, vaguely. Can you run over the basics again? I forgot exactly what happened
In the
there.
town hall, ironically, given the recent turn of events, calling for the firing of Kristi Noem. So I guess job done. And while she was speaking, a guy runs up to her with a syringe full of yellow, smelly liquid. And I was afraid initially that it wasn't only apple cider vinegar, because there are pungent yellow-looking liquids that are much worse, in my opinion. And then when they found that it was apple cider vinegar. And do you remember the story now?
Oh, so there was some fear that maybe he was trying to inject her with something that could kill her or something. Or shoot her with something.
She's talking about
She used it like a water gun. He shot it at her, not into her.
Wait, you said was it a syringe?
Right, that's the steering device. He used it like a water gun, where he squirted it at her. He didn't get so close
and
to
then
inject.
immediately afterwards, she ran up to him and tried to basically punch him in the face.
Kristi, this lady that was vouching for Kristi Noem, or vouching against Kristi Noem, trying to get her to get fired. Right?
Yeah, you don't go to
Well, that's what Monica just said. No, well, hold on. Monica just said there was a person that was giving a speech trying to get Kristi Noem, get her to lose her job.
A Muslim congresswoman from East African descent.
Okay, but she was trying to get Kristi Noem's fired for her to lose her job. So somebody down low just laughed and said, "What? No." So why did you do that?
Andrew, that was me. It's chill. So the reason I said that is basically at the point that happened is when all the Border Patrol agents and the ICE agents were in Minnesota, and she is the congresswoman in Minnesota, so she has to deal with all that nonsense.
Okay, but why'd you say no to what I said, though, as though I was misrepresenting what Monica said?
We actually can move on so that Andrew doesn't know what we're talking about.
Projections is bad.
I think we're talking about
I don't understand.
Just in completely different ways.
Okay, all right, brother. I'm sorry. I don't know exactly what you're saying. So anyway, it is true that this Omar was trying to get Kristi Noem's fired or whatever. Then some dude
100%.
Okay, cool. And then some dude comes up with some syringe, okay, and uses it like a squirt gun, which at first I thought you said it was a squirt gun, which actually I don't even know which one would be worse. Somebody running at you with a syringe or something that looks like a gun. Both would be pretty bad. But anyway, so he's got a syringe, he sprays her with it, and then runs off, and then what happens? He gets arrested? Or
she literally goes after him and tries to punch him in the fucking face.
That's pretty funny, actually.
And then she remembered where she was and what she was doing, and then she said, "No, I'm fine," and she continued with her speech, despite not knowing what the liquid was.
Wow. Did they evaluate that it was? Did people come up and like smell it and say, "Oh, that smells like vinegar. It's probably fine"?
No, she finished her.
Well, I think people in the audience, like people listening, wouldn't people listening be freaked out that she just got sprayed with something out of a syringe and be like, "Hey, maybe we should figure that out"? Why?
She said specifically, "I don't give a fuck. If I die, I die."
That's kind of weird. I don't know why people that are listening to her speech would stay there while somebody just got sprayed with some unknown substance out of a syringe. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So maybe somebody could clear that aspect up because it seems pretty weird.
I don't think we know. I don't think we know. I think also after she was sprayed, she touched a few other people too. And I kind of have a problem with that because if I was sprayed with an unknown substance, I wouldn't be putting my hands on someone when I might be infected.
Well, her whole ideology behind the whole situation was like, if there's something on me, it's already on me. What the fuck can I do about it?
Well, that doesn't follow.
Okay, so
go ahead, Jane.
the people that were around her were absolutely very concerned and actively trying to get her to seek medical attention, and she refused. So they were vocalizing, "We don't know what this is. You should go to get checked out," and just to continue.
And what did she just try to? Jane, did she just try to finish her speech like it was normal?
Yes.
Yes.
That's so weird. And
she tried to punch the fucking attacker in the face.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that was before. But like, So, but when she's doing her speech, were there people in the audience that are just like, oh, okay, she doesn't want medical attention. Might as well go back to the speech then and let's listen.
It wasn't a long. I think you're misunderstanding. It was just a press conference, so it wasn't like a 20-minute speech. She just had like a 90-second thing to say. And this happened at the very beginning. So then she just finished her statement. It's not really a speech.
I was misunderstanding. It wasn't really clearly said like that. I got you, Jane. I appreciate the clarity.
Thanks,
Well,
I appreciate that.
Monica, what's your take on it?
My question I've been asking everybody is what percentage do you think she knew about the attack before the attack?
Oh, hold on. What attacks?
How many months ago that was? The vinegar. She's saying it was a while ago. But that's not the point. She's asking how. She's saying how likely do you think it is that the lady that got sprayed with the vinegar or whatever that she knew?
It was a man who sprayed her.
No. I know. A man sprayed her, but the lady that got sprayed, he set that up, or did she know that was coming? It was like that some kind of orchestrated thing.
Katie,
well, hold on.
Yeah.
Andrew, it probably would be better if you watched the video before you rendered it anyway. Let's let everything have a conversation.
I don't know who's talking over us, but
on this statement, if Andrew is allowed to
know, like there's state senators within
what confidence would you have that he would
actually
an abolitionist? So like,
so
is it possible almost?
If you want to just talk over everybody, like you can do that.
Like 7.
Like what?
I'm actually just trying to like give them like expectation.
Timothy is trying to get a percentage as to what.
Yo, shut the fuck up, Chill.
Jane, I'm saying.
How likely it is that I'll be.
Right, if you look at like there were 2 state senators who were killed.
Shut up.
If Andrew was
in Minnesota
himself, what confidence
so
do you have in him being an abolitionist?
People in
0 being no confidence at all, 1 being like,
and this is before Trump did his whole.
Oh, I'm sorry, like 7%.
How much?
7%.
Like how much? Say it louder. Make sure everybody hears it. So we don't want anybody talking. Say it again, Jimmy. Say it louder. Make sure everybody hears it.
7%.
7%. There we go.
What? 7% chance of what?
A 7% chance that I would be an abolitionist.
And that's
at the time of
based
slavery.
solely on the fact that I think that you would seek out intelligent people like you do now, and you would probably find one other Christian that would convince you. Like that, maybe you have a 7% chance of that.
Hold on,
I don't think there's any way you would do it on your own.
I thought it was a literary allusion to the
That's exactly what I said.
that Sherlock Holmes
Is this with or without social media?
Yo, Chill, shut the fuck up.
Without social media. Without, okay. No, what Chill's saying is as valuable as what Timothy's saying, so don't do that.
That's true.
But
I agree.
Yeah, it's equally garbage.
I completely disagree.
But we can go into it further if we'd like to.
Okay. Let's get into
7%, Andrew.
Make the argument that Jacobus or Chill say.
What have other people been saying?
Or as valuable as what Timothy says.
I haven't made it.
Was that high?
No, we're just
shut up.
Talking about a topic.
Shut up.
Like.
I did have another question for Andrew if the room permits, but if not, it's. question that the ocean.
Go ahead.
Andrew, how long do you?
I'm pulling up the video right now. So.
How long do you think the Iran conflict will last?
He has an argument.
Watch that video.
He has an argument for why he would be an abolitionist.
Like she goes and she.
What percentage of you aside?
And then you jump on the train too. You jump on the interruption train too. Like
it's definitely under 10% in the entrance.
When you say abolition, like you mean actually working for freedom or just?
Timothy saying that I would be a slave.
Oh well, then I'd say like 20%. Yeah.
20.
That's generous. John, just to be clear though, he assigned a 25% probability of having a spiritual vagina.
Oh. Related, like completely non sequitur, weird thing to just throw out. Good work, Timothy. Anything else you want?
But like, so Andrew, like, I don't think this is an insult. Anything like you are like socially conservative, right? And back then, you would say that I find these reasons in scripture that you should be accepting of your situation, right? You'd be thinking that of that.
Most people were enslavers back then. But it's definitely an insult, and it's a change of topic. And it's
I don't mean it as an insult.
No, that's an insult.
I mean it as an insult.
I
can see that, but like.
I think as a good characterization.
It's it in a vacuum apart from any kind of history. That's fine. You can do that. But obviously, Timothy's just trying to, stir the pot.
Yeah, that's right. I understand that, right? But I don't mean it as an insult.
No.
You would think that because there's support either direction, because you think that you're socially conservative, you just want to keep what's going. So
notice Timothy just hit and run, which is what he normally does. And he was actually talking to Concrete about God and got uncomfortable because Concrete was pressing him on induction. And then he just kind of bounced. And he said, I'll be right back. And he didn't really come back. And then when he did come back, he came back to say that I'm a slaver.
You couldn't take that criticism.
Monica, so the video, the man who squirted apple cider vinegar on Omar is charged with assaulting. So if he actually got charged, he would be taking one for the team if it was like a false flag kind of, controlled opposition type thing. So that kind of reduces the plausibility. But some people it's not like he wouldn't do it if he was paid enough or if he cared about her cause enough to make her look like she's being attacked by the right. Maybe. But do you have any reason to think that? I mean, it's a possibility, Monica, but I don't know,
what modality is that, Andrew?
Fish you. I just don't know. I don't have any reason necessarily to believe that, except that there are people that do that kind of thing, right? There are people who control opposition just to make it appear as though they're being attacked by the other side, to make the other side look bad and to make them look heroic and like they stand up in the face of opposition.
Do you know the guy who shot at Trump was control opposition?
Is that true?
Yeah.
I mean, has that actually officially come out?
Yeah.
Has he So he wanted to shoot at Trump. Did somebody else put him up to it, or was it just his idea? He's like,
no, it was just his idea, and he pretended, his idea, but he got paid for it by right-wing groups, and he tried to miss Trump purposely.
Wow. Well, he hit his ear, right? I mean, jeez.
Yeah, that's because Trump moved.
That's a pretty dangerous little. Holy cow! Well, he's screwed, right? He's done. That guy's like, how long is he? What's his charge? How long is he going to be in jail? Because that's just he's. Yeah, you can't shoot the president. I don't know. That doesn't work out.
He's dead. That's crazy.
Yeah. So what? Let's see.
Andrew, I'm joking, by the way. I'm lying, by the way.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
I just don't like this controlled opposition stuff. Like, there's barely ever any evidence about controlled opposition, and people just claim it all the time. Especially when it's against their political party that they agree with or whatever.
Let me point out a couple things, Mel. So, first of all, you do have paid protesting, okay? That's just a fact. There are companies that you can hire. You can go to, there's several websites you can go to there right now and hire
protesters. Okay, that's one thing.
But that's not controlled opposition.
No.
It's just AstroTurf, like, protesting. That's it.
No, well, I think we might disagree on what controlled opposition is.
Well, do you know the difference between, like, grassroots and AstroTurf?
Well, you can explain the difference of that, but let me just explain what controlled opposition is. So, controlled opposition is a political term for an opposition movement, group, or leader that is actually under secret control of the entity they are opposing. Okay, so when you have a group of protesters, say protesting some political figure or some kind of movement, and they're actually hired by that very movement, that's what I mean by controlled opposition. So yes, that certainly occurs. Now, I agree with you, people cry it far too much. They go, control opposition, control opposition. I agree. They shouldn't do that, right? You need to be a little, follow the dots and make sure that there's something that's actually evidentially connected to make the claim. Don't just, throw it out there just at every turn just to try to make sense of something you don't like or you think is going on against your projection or your favor. You don't just say it at every turn. That being said, it does happen. There were false flag operations, Operation Northwoods. There's a few other things that they did where there was actual controlled opposition. And so I do think it occurs. But what were you explaining about AstroTurf and this other thing? What are you talking about?
Like some of the time, right, you have like grassroots movements, which is like, people with not a lot of power, not a lot of money, normal people all like, kind of coming together and deciding to protest for something, right? And then some movements are like what they call AstroTurf, which are like people who are really rich and have a lot of power pay people to go out and protest, right? Or pay people to like,
Yeah. I got you. Okay. And I guess the point is there are people who will hire protesters to protest the very things.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, it's not just like controlled opposition. A lot of people do that just to like protest, like, to push their own agenda. So, like, a good example of this is like the what were they called? The Tea Party protests, right? In like 2008.
Yeah, Tea Party. Yeah.
Yeah. So like the Tea Party was like, it wasn't a bottom-up movement. It was a top-down movement, right? There was like specific GOP funders